Whew, okay, sorry about that, you guys. Oh, lots of backups, or lots of background setup stuff that I had to accomplish there, and I apparently didn't get as much of it done beforehand as I thought I would, so sorry about that. Just a little bit of tech issue going on that I had to fix beforehand. But anyway, we should be here, and we should be ready to go. You know what, just let me check and make sure everything is muted real fast so we don't have weird audio issues. Okay. I have to, because I always had the stream playing in the background so that I can keep an eye on things. I have to make sure it's not on audio, otherwise you guys will hear weird echoey things, and that's not fun for anyone, so. But anyway, thank you guys so much for your patience, and welcome, and we will actually, I believe, yeah, we're going to be playing on challenging because Cassidy does not have any, she does not have any, difficulty modifiers. So, but welcome everybody, and here we are with Cassidy. So today, as if you haven't guessed by the name and who are already talking about, we're going to be following Cassidy. Now, Cassidy is the only wolf from the first litter that we have not already followed, and she is here right now. She has that little bent ear, and she actually looks a lot like her dad, Terrell. And, so, we are going to be following her. Let me real quickly show her stats. So, she has 15% strength, 60% stamina, and 75% speed. Now, one of the first things we're probably going to want to do is go ahead and get some hunting in because she's not all that strong. And as part of her challenge, she actually has to fight every stranger wolf she encounters all the way until they submit or until she is almost out of health. So we're going to want a lot of food if we're going to be encountering stranger wolves. And because if we don't have food nearby, there is a good chance she could get herself in a spot of trouble. And ooh, here is a good chance to get some experience. There is a cougar right here. And yes, Cassidy does look quite a bit like Kaya. They both have a very gray coat. But cougars are actually another important part of Cassidy's story because she actually, a part of her ability is that if she loses a puppy to a cougar, she can actually rescue them one time per litter. So only one time in... Oh, they're the elk. Okay. Only one time in this episode. But she does have the ability to rescue a puppy from a cougar. So that will hopefully be very helpful because as you guys have probably seen, those cougars can be fairly brutal. Yeah. Oh goodness. Okay, so we want to try and take out this elk if we can because we do definitely want to have some food. Oh gosh. So that if we are going to be fighting the stranger wolves, which will probably be fighting the pack up on Amethyst Mountain here, we will have the chance to have some food to replenish our health. I'm seeing a little bit of comments saying it's lagging. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully that will clear up now that we're getting going. I'm glad that my channel has inspired you to want to start making videos. I actually was quite inspired by several of the YouTubers I watch because I never used to think I would want to be a YouTuber. That was not something that even occurred to me until, like, I didn't even know people really did YouTubing as like an occupational sort of thing until my cousin talked about it a few years ago. I didn't even know that was a thing. I knew people made YouTube videos, of course, but the idea of doing gameplay videos hadn't even occurred to me. I wasn't even big into watching them. And then I've watched several gameplay videos over the past few years, and I've started watching several channels, and it seemed pretty cool, and when I got Minecraft, I decided I wanted to start to do it, so I was actually very inspired by others, too, so if my channel has inspired you to want to start making gameplay videos, then I could not be happier. I am so thankful to hear that. Okay, so what is my favorite dino and dino sim? I actually haven't tried most of them, so it's a little hard for me to speak to that question. The Quetzal has been very cool, but I'm looking forward to trying some of the new possibilities as well. Yeah, attacking everything. She has to attack every stranger wolf she comes across and fight them until either they back down or the next hit would kill her. So it could be a little bit dangerous, but we're gonna do our best. But yeah, this is Cassidy we're talking about. She's a pretty sassy, spunky little thing. And here we are. We're already in wolf territory, actually. So I'm gonna kill this elk right here. Okay, if for those asking about being mod, I normally don't accept mod requests just from people who ask them. The mods that we have are people I've known for a while outside of the channel, and it's people who I already already know them, and it's a little bit more complicated than that. It's nothing personal, but it's just people that I know a little bit better already. Goodness gracious, Cassie, if you die to an elk, I will not be happy. Welcome everybody. I see new people coming in. I see Bella is here. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I have a hard time keeping up with all the questions sometimes because you guys post so much, which is a great thing, but at the same time it's a little bit hard to keep up with sometimes. And thank you. Thank you for those of you who are saying you think I'm a good YouTuber. And as for not having any video making gear, there we go. That was a little bit concerningly close. Yeah, so as for the gear, I really didn't know what it would take either, but I just did a little research, and I ultimately found out a lot of what I use. So I have a screen capture software. The software I actually use is called OBS, Open Broadcaster Software, I think, and I'm pretty sure I think it was actually Flaffy who told me about it. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, so it's a very good software. It does take some tweaking to get things right, to get it to record in high quality, but it can actually record in HD. You just have to change some settings, and I really, really like it. It's very versatile. I have heard some people have issues with it, but it has been okay for me for the most part. So it kind of just depends, but I used to use another screen recorder that worked pretty well. The only trouble was it didn't record well in dark situations, so I couldn't really use it for Minecraft, and it didn't really like it generated huge files, and so you had a lot of space on your computer, and you had to convert them before uploading them. So there's a lot of different options, but it kind of just depends. So we're going to go ahead and chase down another one of these elk and try and get some up around this mountain territory here. Let's see. Well, I'm glad I have inspired some of you to be able to get some work done. What is my favorite niche gene? Oh, that is an excellent question. I am quite a sucker for the melanistic creatures. I will say it. I think they are adorable, and it's not really the most useful gene. In fact, one might venture to say that it's harmful because it takes away a lot of the camouflage, but I love it. I also really like the antlers, and I like the panda pattern. Sorry if I'm going a little out of order. I'm just trying to call questions as I see them. So, let's see. As for seeing me in real life, right now, I mean, I'm definitely too small of a YouTuber to do tours or anything. I know some of the larger YouTubers do that. If the channel ever gets to the point, I don't know if I would do something like that, but I mean, you never know. At this point, I really don't even have plans for face reveal, so we'll kind of just take that as it comes. If the channel does grow, who knows what you might see, but for the time being, I don't really have plans to do face reveals or traveling or anything like that, just because the channel's so stinking small at the moment. Not that I mind that, but it's just, I don't know, it's very small at the moment, and, even though it is nice to have a small channel, it's a complicated thing. It's a complicated thing, and I probably won't be doing face reveals or traveling or anything like that, unless the channel did end up growing quite a bit. So, as for seeing me in real life, I mean, you never know, but at the moment, probably not going to be traveling, so unless you happen to already know me in real life, most likely not going to happen at the moment. But you never know, though. You never know what the future might hold. Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad you like my videos. I'm doing this a lot because of you guys. If it weren't for you guys, if you guys didn't like the channel, I would not be continuing to do this because, I mean, I do these videos for others' enjoyment, and if they're not enjoying them, then, I mean, it's a lot of expended effort, but you guys really do seem to enjoy the videos, and I really like making them, and I really like you guys and the community you've generated here, and the way you guys all interact, and that is pretty much the reason that I make these videos. If you guys weren't here, I would not still be making videos, so I have you guys to thank for being here, and that you guys are enjoying it is all and more than I could ask for. So let's just take out this elk as well. Get it to stop. Cassidy, you are very weak. I love you, but you have very little strength. Yeah, I do put quite a bit of work into the channel. I I usually record about 3 to 4 videos a day, which is quite a bit. It can get to be a lot, but I really do enjoy it, and having you guys be so enthusiastic about the work that I do definitely helps. It definitely helps me have the motivation to be able to continue doing stuff for the channel. Isn't the heir vote ending today? Yes, it is. So if you have not voted for Kaya's heir, please remember to do so. And we have had a little bit of some interesting activity going on in the polls, some perhaps unexpected activity, and it definitely is going to play a part in what happens. And depending on how much the polls change, I will say this. What comes of them may be a little bit surprising to you guys. So, the heir vote is indeed ending, but you guys may have a little bit of surprise in store. Depending on if something changes drastically, I might rework my plans. But for now, you guys may get to see a little bit of a surprise, depending on how much changes. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We will be resuming with our normal WolfQuest series tomorrow. We just finished Flair's side story, and now that that has concluded, we will be returning to our normal WolfQuest activity. Jay, do you have a pet? As a matter of fact, I have 3. I have 2 cats and a dog. My cats are Jellybean and Shadow, and my dog is Sierra. And I talk about them occasionally on the channel, mostly about Sierra, because we do a lot of canine-themed things on the channel, like WolfQuest or Wolf. But I do have 2 cats as well. I'm glad you like the channel and the stories. The stories, I wasn't sure how they would be received, because I know it's one of those things that you either end up loving or hating pretty much, but I'm so glad you guys are enjoying these stories. I really like creating stories. I actually am also an author, if you guys didn't know that. That is another big part of my life. It's just not one that gets shared around all that much. I used to write stories on the internet, but I don't do that as much now. I just haven't had the time for it, but I do definitely write some stories, and I do have some original work that I want to try and publish someday. What is my favorite animal? That is a very hard call. I definitely like wolves, and, but I do like a lot of animals. I tend to be partial to canines, but I also really like felines. I really like African wild dogs, and I really like foxes. So I don't necessarily have one favorite animal. As far as fictional creatures go to, I really like dragons, but I don't really know if they count, because technically we don't have proof they existed. Unless you consider dinosaurs to be dragons, which is potentially a thing. It's very possible that the dinosaur legends, or the dragon legends, spawned out of dinosaurs. It's very possible that the dragons of old were actually surviving remnants of dinosaurs that people saw and were like, what the heck is this? Sort of like the idea of like the Loch Ness monster. It's possible that those could be remnants of dinosaurs. So let's see. I'm seeing a lot of you guys are talking about Nova. Nova is quite possible, or quite popular on the polls. He and his sister Andromeda are currently the top 2 votes. So he is definitely one of the more popular wolves on the poll, and so it'll be interesting to see how it all turns out. I'm very excited. We've had quite a bit of everything. We've seen quite a bit of changes. This elk is just not behaving. I'm going to back off and let her AI reset. There we go. But we've seen quite the interesting turns of events in this poll. It's been all over the place, honestly. It's been a very interesting poll, and I'm rather excited to see how it all turns out. And I hope you guys are too. So in any case, though, it will all conclude tomorrow, and I'll be checking the polls late tonight, probably, to see what I need to prepare for, and then tomorrow morning will be the official call. And let's see, you just heard of this vote. We are actually voting for the heir to our main WolfQuest series. So, if you guys are unfamiliar with our WolfQuest series, we're actually playing as Cassidy right now. And Cassidy is actually the daughter of Katari and Terrell, our original founding pair. Now, Katari and Terrell had about 14 surviving puppies, and so we ended up having to choose which of their puppies we wanted to continue on to the next generation. Well, the wolf that won the vote was Kaya, but her season in WolfQuest has actually ended now, And so we are going to be choosing from her puppies which one we want to follow. So that is the heir vote that we are talking about. I'm sure somebody probably has the link to the straw poll. I can't get it at the moment, but if you look in the description of any of my recent WolfQuest videos, it is there for you to find. And we're gonna go back and get that elk now. Where did the elk go? I hope it didn't despawn. Let's see. Where is it? Sorry, it's kind of hard to elk hunt and read comments at the same time. I'm trying, but it's a little bit difficult. So, what is the wolf you are? What is her name? Her name is Cassidy. She is the daughter of Katari and Terrell and the sister of our heir Kaya. Your cat is 17 years old in human years. How old are my animals? Oh gosh. I believe the kitties, oh gosh, I have trouble keeping track of my own age nowadays. I believe I want to say the kitties are both 10 and the dog is 5 or 6. So, Beanie is a month younger than Shadow. Yeah, my cat, I don't think I said their names, so the cats are Jellybean and Shadow, but we call Jellybean Beanie. Beanie never actually gets called Jellybean either, that's the hilarious part. He literally is never called Jellybean. So, they're getting to be middle-aged. Have I heard the polecat? Have I heard of the polecat, like the creature the polecat? Yes, I have. I have indeed. I'm trying to recall, would that be, trying to recall which creature exactly that is. I believe it's another name for the pine marten, but I'm not positive. If somebody want to look up what a polecat is? I'm actually not positive off the top of my head. I have heard of it, but I don't 100% for sure know what it is. Yeah, no problem. Let's see. Have I ever taken Spanish class? Yes, Spanish was my foreign language in school, and I speak minimal amounts of it. I read it best, I can sort of understand it, and occasionally I can form a sentence. I'm actually a lot better in speaking in Russian, though. I'm much more familiar with, well, I don't actually know as much of the language, but I'm more used to it because I actually did have to speak it a little bit at one point in my life. But I have indeed taken Spanish classes, and if I can read something, I can usually get the gist of it, but I usually end up just looking it up just to make sure I'm understanding it properly. So I have taken Spanish. Yes, Andromeda is in first and Nova is in second right now in the polls. That's what it was when I looked last, and it probably is still that way unless more people have started voting. Well, that is quite a lot of videos to watch, actually. I was looking today, and it's at somewhere around 183, and if you think about each video being 20 to 30 minutes long, that's a substantial amount of content. So if you have watched all of my videos, I'm quite honored, because that is a substantial amount of your life that you have put into watching my videos, and that's pretty cool to see, that you guys are that invested in the stories and in the content that I'm putting out. I'm always I'm always very glad to hear that you guys are enjoying it. Let's see. I'm not taking puppy names yet. We will do that when we actually go to have puppies. Otherwise, I don't remember. Yeah, so a polecat is a kind of wild ferret. Yes, it is. It is in the same family as ferrets. And I believe it's, it's either pine marten or stoat or something along those lines, but it is in the mustelid family. So that would be ferrets. That would be, actually, I believe badgers. Are badgers mustelids? I can't even remember now. I used to know a lot. I wanted a pet ferret for a long time, but apparently they're illegal where I live, so that kind of stinks. But I did research substantially about them several years ago. Now I'm trying to remember it. Okay, so let's see. So have I ever seen a wolf in real life? And what is my favorite kind of wolf? I have seen a wolf in real life, and I think we have enough carcasses here, so we're actually going to go start taking on some of the wolves in this territory. Actually, how much How much experience? We have 625, so we just need a little bit more. So I have seen wolves in real life, and I have actually seen a wolf in the wild in Yellowstone National Park, which was pretty much my dream, because I've actually, you know, WolfQuest is set in Yellowstone National Park, and I've been playing the game since I was a very young kid. I was maybe 8 when I want to say 8 when it came out for the first version, and it was the demo version. It was the very earliest version of the game before Slough Creek was ever even implemented, when they were still just making this original Find a Mate quest, and it was so old. It was the original demo. You didn't even have the ability to save the game. So it was a very, very old version of the game, and that is actually when I started playing WolfQuest, but ever since then, it's pretty much been my dream to see a wolf in the wild in Yellowstone National Park. And a few years ago, I actually did get to go to Yellowstone, and we were fortunate enough to actually see a wolf in Yellowstone. She was way out in the field. She was a white wolf. They said she was the mama. Some of the people who knew a little bit more about the wolves in Yellowstone said she was the mama of one of the packs, and she actually had puppies. And we saw the area. I believe it was actually the rendezvous site. Where in the heck are the wolves? We saw some of the rendezvous site in Yellowstone. Okay, I'm gonna run to the bottom of the territory because of the wind direction. But we did see, we did get to see her, and we actually saw, I think it was their rendezvous site where they said the puppies would come out quite frequently to play. But we didn't actually see the wolves there, but we did see the mama wolf at one point out in the field. So yes, I have seen a wolf in real life. I've seen wolves in the zoos as well, various different places. I've actually, there's a wolf center near where I live, and I actually got to meet a wolf. It was pretty much, it was a little bit of a special situation because they were considered tame, and they were basically, I think they were also high content wolf dogs, so like they weren't pure wolves, but they were basically, oh, here's the scent trail. They were basically along the lines of, if you've ever heard of a wildlife ambassador. It was wolves that couldn't be in the wild. I'm not positive they were even full wolves. But I did get to meet one. Oh, here we go. So we have a specimen female, but I actually did get to meet them at one point too. So very special situation, not your average wolves. And I don't advocate for keeping wolves as pets, but this was a specific situation, and they knew what they were doing. So, yeah, so I have seen wolves several times. We don't actually have them where I live. I just want to scroll up real fast. Okay, favorite kind of wolf. I'm just trying to catch up with the comments because they've come in thick and fast. So, favorite kind of wolf. I don't know that I necessarily have a favorite sort of wolf. I'm most familiar with the gray wolf. We actually have coyotes where I live, but we don't have coy wolves. But yeah, I really just like wolves in general. Okay, so Simon said the European polecat is a species mustelid native to Western Eurasia and North Africa. It is generally of a dark brown color with a pale underbelly and dark mask across the face. Okay, so polecats and ferrets are remarkably similar and can be both found in many areas throughout the UK. Okay, somebody said they started watching my channel because of the Roblox videos and Dinosaur Simulator. I definitely plan on making more of those. I just have not gotten the chance recently. Yeah, somebody said they've seen him in other games. I have to go look up polecats after this now. Oh wow, well, I'm honored you stayed up all night to watch my videos, but don't forget to sleep. Okay, I'm just trying to go through. Okay, let's see. Have I ever encountered a wolverine or wanted to encounter them? No, and I'm not. Here, I'm gonna go ahead. We have to keep fighting. So I'm gonna do that in the background. So, have I ever encountered a wolverine or wanted to encounter one? Haven't encountered a wolverine. I'm pretty sure I've never even seen a wolverine in real life. And as far as the animals I want to encounter, oh, okay, we got her to submit, so that's good. I'm not positive how. It would definitely be cool to see. I'm up for seeing pretty much any animal, but they're not one that's super, like, I don't know. Like, I haven't been as fascinated with them as with some other animals, I guess I'd say. I still think they're really, really cool, but they haven't ever, like, for a long time, I would have wanted to see a wolf before I'd wanted to see a wolverine, basically. But yeah, I do think it would be cool to see one. Do I like snakes? We have snakes where I live. We have rattlesnakes and several other species as well. Do I like them? I'm kind of neutral on them. I had to watch a snake eat a baby mouse for my science class once, and that was a little bit traumatic. But, I'm pretty neutral on snakes. I'm not terrified of them. If I see a rattlesnake, I'm leaving it be, but, definitely gonna leave the rattlesnakes alone. I probably wouldn't ever have a pet snake, but I'm pretty neutral on them. I'm not afraid of them. So, okay, let's see. Do I want to play Would You Rather? Maybe sometime, but it's kind of hard to focus on the game and all these comments. I don't know if you can tell I seem a little flustered, but it's a little bit difficult for me to keep up with everything. I'm actually running a slight bit behind. So let's see. Somebody said I would love a pet caracal or bobcat. I have seen instances of tame bobcats, but I would not recommend having a wild animal as a pet unless you really know what you're doing and there is some legitimate reason that the animal cannot be released into the wild. So, that would be especially in the case of, animals that have become too accustomed to humans and would probably try to come back for humans for food. Okay, so, looks like we are now able to find a mate. So, if we had, the option to come back, or, like, if an animal had, if it started coming back to humans for food to the point of it becoming possibly hazardous, then at that point I'd say it's safer to keep them in captivity. But if you want to, instead of having a pet, of a sort of wild cat, I would recommend, working at a wildlife sanctuary if you have one where you might be able to work with those creatures in captivity, because they're really not pets. They have a lot of wild habits that really can't be trained out of them. That's why there's a difference between dogs and wolves, is dogs have been domesticated for a long time and have had a lot of the more difficult traits bred out of them. But wolves have not, and so that's why people are like, oh, I want to have a pet wolf, it's just like a dog. No, it's actually not, and that's why there are a lot of wolves that end up in these special wildlife sanctuary kind of places, because somebody thought it'd be cool to have a wolf as a pet and had no idea what they were getting into, and ended up in a world of hurt because they didn't know what they were doing. Okay, so we chased this guy off. So, Simon said, I've never gone to Yellowstone, but I did see some timber wolves. I think I saw both the alpha and the omega. So, yeah, if, I do just want to clarify with that. That's really cool that you got to see wolves. But I do just want to clarify with that. Alpha and omega are considered outdated terms. It was based off old research from captive wolf packs. And, the idea of having an alpha and omega and betas and such not has now been replaced with a much simpler hierarchy of a dominant breeding pair and then subordinates, and usually the subordinates are actually their puppies. So I just want to clarify that because that is a common misconception, and it was old research at one time, and in fact, if you watch our wolf playthrough, we actually deal with that quite a bit because that system is implemented in the game because it was the current research at the time, but more recent research has indicated that that's actually not the way packs function. It was based off studies in captive packs. So, okay, I gotta stop again just for a moment. Let's see. So, okay, I should go on multiplayer and play with some of the people watching. I do that occasionally, but I usually don't do it openly. I definitely don't stream it, and I usually don't do it, just out in the open. I have done some community events, and I might start doing it, but not recording it again. I definitely want to start doing it, not recording it. But the reason I don't record it is because, could record it, but the reason I definitely wouldn't stream it is because, if somebody were to come in and start causing trouble, not following the rules, I wouldn't want that to be up on the internet with me not able to filter it. I have tried to record community events in the past. It's just a little bit difficult to schedule and set up and get everybody in the same place and on the same page at the same time. Somebody says they met me on Roblox. That's really cool. That is definitely very cool. I think I have seen a few of you guys in Roblox. I haven't played it that much recently, but I definitely want to play some more in the near future. Okay, bobcats are untamable and they are classified as dangerous as a cheetah. I don't know much about bobcats and tameability and such not. I do know there is a YouTube channel of somebody who has a bobcat that they consider a pet, that I think the circumstances behind it was, like I said, for some reason the bobcat couldn't go back to the wild, and they have it, and it seems okay with their cats, but again, that's a very certain circumstance and not something I would recommend unless you really know what you're doing. And also, aside from that, you probably would have to have some sort of permit to prove that you know what you're doing because they are wild animals. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Gotta find a scent trail. Have I ever seen crocodiles? I don't really remember it, but I've probably seen them in zoos. Like, I can't think of a notable time, and I can't think of a time I've seen one in the wild. Let's see. Yeah, I am. I am female. Don't worry, it is actually a surprisingly common misconception, especially on other sites where people can't hear my voice. Bunch of people think I'm male because of my username. Let's see, have I ever rode a horse? I've never owned horses, but I have ridden them. And I know that wasn't the exact question, but I have ridden them like at trail ride places and stuff. So the wolf left. We're gonna keep looking for a mate. But I have ridden them before on, like, trail ride places, especially when we've gone out. We've done trail ride places out in Colorado in the mountains, and that's really cool, very fun. But I have done a little bit. I'm definitely not a proficient horseback rider, but I have ridden horses a little bit. If you want a snake, take a rainbow boa, which is the most passive snake. A random guy walks straight into one and grab it softly, and the snake didn't react. It was passive and is cute, and it is short. I'm not really familiar with different snake types. Like I said, I think we didn't get all the way out of the territory. Like I said, they're not my pet of choice. I'm pretty neutral on them. They're cool animals. I would admire them from a distance. Probably wouldn't want to pet one. But yeah, I'm not well versed in snake types. I know certain types are considered to be more gentler, perhaps, than others, but I really don't know. I'm not a snake expert. Wolves don't know if you're a friend or foe. I'm not sure I know the context of that. I think you're talking about in regard, I'm not sure. What is your context in that? I'll get back to that, but I kind of need to know a little bit more context because I'm not entirely sure what you mean. And I may be running past scent trails here because I'm trying to talk and read the chat and find scent trails at the same time, so forgive me. And in fact, I think I actually need to go this way. Do I like dank memes? I'm not super into memes to begin with. It really just depends. It really just depends. I'm not even, to be perfectly honest and straightforward with you, I've never understood the definition of a dank meme. So it's a very question for me to answer. Ooh, okay. We have a dispersal male. So, I'm going to give you guys a good look at him, and we will see, and you guys will have the chance to vote on whether or not we should take him as our mate. I'm going to enter the social arena with him. And you guys will have the chance to decide whether we should take him as our mate. And I'll go ahead and answer some questions, but for the point of, basically, if you guys think we should take him as our mate, put yes. If not, put no. And, okay, yeah, so, it's okay. The alpha and omega thing is still a very common misconception because it's based off much newer research. If I could be one animal, what would it be? I know it's cliche, but I would have to say wolf. I really think they're very cool. And I am a little bit biased, but I love the idea of running wild through the forest. I know it'd be a hard life, though. Have I ever been to the Bahamas? No, I haven't been to the Bahamas. Do I have other social media, Instagram, Tumblr, etc.? Yes, I actually have both of those. My main one that I use for the channel is Twitter. And yes, I believe Bella is correct. I do have links on the About page. I do have a Tumblr, but it's not usually for the YouTube. It's a little bit different. I have actually pet a snake too. Somebody said Buffy said I pet a snake, and I have actually pet snakes too. They are kind of cool. They're just not my pet of choice. Okay, so, okay, let's see. I'm seeing quite a bit of yeses. I'm going to let it go a little bit further, but I'm seeing a lot of yes. I'm seeing some no, but I'm seeing quite a bit of yes. Alyssa says, hey Jay, you were lucky. I live in a place where there are cottonmouth, copperhead, coral snake, pygmy rattlesnake, timber rattlesnake, and eastern diamondback rattlesnake. That is a lot of snakes, and I'm glad we don't have that many out here. Okay, I'm seeing quite a few yeses, so I think we're going to go ahead with that. Sorry if you guys hear my chair squeaking too. I have a very squeaky office chair. So I think we're going to go ahead and take him as our mate. He also, as a point, some of you guys are saying he looks like your wolves. It's funny because he actually kind of does resemble Cassidy's mom, Katari. Katari was brown like that, and either the same coat or a very similar one. Do I know what a Saurophalanx is? I don't even know how to pronounce that word. Is it a type of dinosaur? I'm not sure. Is it a type of dinosaur? Hello, welcome to the stream. I think, somebody says they have a pet snake. That's really cool. That is really cool. It is definitely more of an exotic pet, yeah, I'm seeing a few no's coming in, but I did see more yeses back when it came to the vote. It's a very loose poll. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and take him as our mate. You are lucky. You live somewhere where there are no snakes. That's well, okay, that's lucky and unlucky. It's good if there's no venomous snakes, but snakes are kind of cool, especially if they're harmless kinds. So, we do have some harmless kinds as well, but there are also rattlesnakes, so we have to be careful. Okay, so now, well, actually, so, Fluffy says, I don't know how to pronounce it, so it must be a dinosaur. Yeah, that's part of it, but, the other reason I thought it was a dinosaur was because, it had sorrow in it, and usually, like, you hear about sauropods, and so I figured it might be a type of dinosaur. Yeah, so I kind of just figured it sounded like a dinosaur name. So, yes, the names, and please do be careful not to backseat moderate, let the mods do their job in enforcing names and such not, just because otherwise it starts to get too chaotic if we have everyone trying to enforce it. So, for name submissions, I'm only taking 1 to 2 name suggestions for the mate. Per person, and please try and put them in the same post if you have more than one. It just makes it a lot easier for me to go through. So, starting now, I will start taking name suggestions. And don't spam your name over and over. I'm just going to say that now because we have had issues with that in the past. So, let me get my randomizer up, and don't worry that the game froze. That happens. It just pauses, so... Make sure you guys don't let the mods enforce it, you guys, because let the mods enforce it because it gets too chaotic if everybody's trying to enforce it. Alrighty. Please do not spam your name. Some of these names I'm pretty sure we may have had before. Let's see. Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. It's a newer rule, so I don't expect you guys all to know it just yet, so. Alrighty. I'm just scanning through looking for more names. I have gotten all of the names so far. I have gotten all the names I've seen so far, and yeah, I think I've gotten all the names so far. I need you to stop spamming your name, please. And remember only, remember only 1 to 2 names per person. Remember, if you're breaking the rules, you may have your name removed. That is a formal warning. I believe I got, oh, I actually didn't, so I'll put your names in now. Alrighty. Let's see. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, just to clarify, this is a male wolf. It's alright. Yeah, our main wolf is female, so we were looking for a male. That's a lot of different types of snakes. See, I don't know that I feel super comfortable living somewhere where there are a lot of snakes, if some of them were venomous, but, again, here it's usually we don't have too many snakes unless you go out in the desert. So, but yeah, I'm totally cool with snakes. I'm just a little bit concerned because they're so difficult to see sometimes. So it's not that I don't like them, it's just that I get a little wary of being out in the wilderness and stepping on a snake. Alrighty. Let's see. I'm seeing new names. Alright, let's see. Seeing a few new names, and I'm probably gonna cut it off soon here. So if you have less, if you have any names that you haven't suggested, now is the time to do it because I will be wrapping it up pretty soon. Thank you for you guys who are saying to like the video. I'm glad you like the video. Likes are always appreciated, but I don't like to beg for them because I want it to be genuine. If people are gonna like the video, I don't want to just be like, please like me. So let's see. This is, you need to not repeat your name. I've seen your names. Please don't repeat your name over and over and over again. Let's see. Yeah, there are alligators in Florida, that much I know. I've never actually been to Florida, though. I've been to North Carolina, but not South Carolina. Let's see. All right. Let's see. I'm not seeing too many new names, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here and randomize in just a few more seconds. I'll give you guys a little bit more time to catch up, though. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm not seeing any new names, so I'm going to go ahead and randomize, and our wolf's name will be, here, just 1 second. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and randomize, and his name is Milky. Okay. So I will save the rest of these names for future puppy names, but we are going to go ahead and call him Milky. So we'll leave the arena, and here we go. So let's get names on. Cassidy's going to run off. It looks like she kind of just bolted. So thank you all for name submissions, and remember, I do just put these in a random generator, so it's not my personal preference. It's literally just luck of the draw, pretty much. So, alrighty. So I think we're going to go ahead and just head off to Slough Creek straight away because we have spent quite a bit of time here. Holy moly, we have spent quite a bit of time here. This might be a long stream, you guys. So we're going to actually head off to Slough Creek now. Welcome, Veronica. You basically just missed the Amethyst Mountain part of it. We're actually about to head off to Slough Creek right now. So we haven't done puppies yet, though. Alrighty. So we're going to head off. It's funny because Milky actually looks quite a bit like Katari, our founding mother. But that seems to be a more common look amongst the WolfQuest wolves, so I'm not overly concerned about that. Alrighty. So let's get them off to Slough Creek up ahead this way. Cassidy has a lot of stamina. She has 60 stamina, but I didn't realize how much that played out practically, too, until just now. The name that one was Milky, and that was through the random generator. I just literally put every name you guys submit into the generator, and then it picks a random one and submits it. So, let's see. We're gonna just head all the way off. Alright. We're almost there. Lizards are cool. I see somebody says I love lizards. We do have lizards here. I used to catch lizards as a small child. I was pretty good at it, and I used to do it all the time, except then one time I didn't catch one quite quick enough, and I got it by the tail, and it actually shed its tail, and I felt bad, so I stopped catching lizards after that. It was a little bbit traumatic. I felt bad for the poor lizard, but they actually don't need their tails. They can shed them as a distraction to get a predator, to keep a predator from pursuing them. So we're actually going to go to Slough Creek. Let's see. How long am I going to stream for? Until we complete the litter. So we're actually going to... Oh, and it's time for another vote, by the way. It is time to vote on what den we're going to be using because Cassidy does not have a den restriction. She does, though. Keep in mind, she does have to bring her puppies over this way by the druid pack, which is out in this field here. So do keep in mind that whatever den you choose, some might be easier to bring there than others. So which den do you guys want to see us pick? I will give you some time to vote. And we will wait. And why did names switch off? Names went off again. Yeah, it took us quite a bit to get through Amethyst Mountain this time. It did take about 50 minutes, and it might take us a while. I'm not sure how long it will take to get through the litter, but it might be a while. Streams usually run between 2 and 3 hours. So, will I ever play the Isle? I have been told I should play it. It is, a game I've looked into, but I don't have it just yet. I gotta look into it. So I see vote for Bison Peak. Oh, yeah. Sorry, you guys. Sorry. I forgot to show the den. So we have Bison Peak Cutoff, Aspen Heights, and Saddle Meadows are the options we have right now. Alright, let's see. So I'm seeing a lot of Bison Peak. What is my generator for the names? Oh gosh, I don't actually know what the generator is right now. Let me just take a look. It's from miniwebtool.com. It's called Random Name Picker. That's the random generator I use. And, I'm seeing a lot of Bison Peak. So, let's see, and then so, you said I used to catch lizards until one bit my finger. Looking back on it, I am shocked I didn't get bit. And I am seeing a lot of Bison Peak, so we're actually going to head that way. So, and somebody said, I love it when you do multiplayer. I definitely want to do more multiplayer, and I definitely want to get some community events going, but I'm probably going to start not recording the community events. Reason being that, first of all, it's a lot of work to set up, and it's hard to get everybody in at the same time and everybody on the same page, and it's a little bit easier to just say, hey, do you guys just want to play some multiplayer than to, hey, we have to set up all this stuff for recording, and it takes forever, and then by the time you're done setting it up, somebody has to go, and it gets complicated and messy. But I definitely do want to do some more of the community events because I really do love playing with you guys and it's very, very fun. But I just have not gotten to do that. But the other reason I don't want to record them is because then I can do it a little bit later in the evening. I really can't record later in the evening. So, Aspen Heights is a very good den, but I have a feeling the reason it didn't get a lot of love this time is because we actually had several wolves who were restricted to Aspen Heights, and oh my gosh, it keeps switching my window for some reason. I'm actually going to just pause for a moment. There we go. It kept switching out of the window for some weird reason. So, with the Aspen Heights den, we have been there quite a bit, so it was it feels a little bit unlikely that it'll get chosen just because we spent literally, like, the whole last season at Aspen Heights. Kaya had to stay at Aspen Heights, and several of the other wolves we played recently did too, so I think the audience may be a little bit tired. It feels like you guys might be a little bit tired of Aspen. I know I've been a little bit tired of Aspen, but it is a cool den, and it does have its own unique challenges. We've just overused it a little bit. So, let's see, my hamster used to bite me. Somebody said my gerbil bit me when I was filling their food bowl. My hamster would bite people. He wouldn't do it hard, but that was literally how he would, introduce himself, is he would bite people to see how they reacted. And then, it was the only time he would bite people. He'd just bite them to see what they did, and to see if they were trustworthy or something. So, Nisa asked, where is Song? Song actually couldn't make it today. She had something else going on, but we will hopefully be seeing her in some of our future streams. So, unfortunately, she was not able to make it to this particular one, though. She had something else going on. So, we will hopefully see her soon. So, how the community events work, usually it's just we get together in some place like WolfQuest or possibly in Meadow, and we just play the game together. Literally, we just play a multiplayer session together, but it's kind of hard to coordinate with a bunch of people all at once. I usually send out messages to those people who have contacted me through WolfQuest, and that's the other thing, is it's hard to get everybody in contact. I've been thinking of wanting to use the in-game WolfQuest messaging system to try and set up community events, because we do have an in-game system. And oh yeah, this is a good chance to see how these guys hunt together. But I have not had the chance to do that recently yet. So it's a little bit, it's a little bit it can be a little bit difficult to coordinate. Sorry, it's hard to talk and think and everything, and I actually just, excuse me for one moment, I have to get a drink because my voice is like dying. Alrighty, here we go. I always have to keep something to drink right here because especially for these streams, it can get really long and my voice can just slowly die. I need you to stop saying your pup names because you need to wait until we are actually officially taking names because I'm not going to see it now and you've been spamming your names all through the stream. I need you to stop that. I will give you a formal warning, and if this continues, if you continue to be disruptive, you may have to be muted or banned. Let's see. Somebody said their rabbit bit them a lot. Yeah, some small pets especially. Well, and certain types of pets I think can be more prone to biting. I know there's... Oh, he has a pretty howl. He has a pretty howl! But I think certain types of pets can be sometimes more prone to biting because I know a lot of the Russian dwarf hamsters. I've had several friends who have had them and almost all of them have been mean. So I don't know if that's just breed specific, but I don't know. It just seems like a lot of the Russian dwarf hamsters that I've known have been kind of mean. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to get through. Which is better, llama or camel? I don't know. It feels like personal preference. It probably depends on where you're at. Is the WolfQuest the app good? I've played it a minimal amount. From what I saw, it seemed pretty good, but my phone did have issues with it, so that's the thing, is because phones aren't standardized. Some devices may or may not have issues with it. So, be kind of careful. I would definitely try the game for the app before you buy it. If there is that option, I'm pretty sure there is, because you want to make sure it's going to be compatible with your device. And unfortunately, it's hard to standardize with, amongst so many different devices. With computers, it's a little bit more standardized just by nature, but with phones, it's not as standardized. My WolfQuest username is not JayPlays. That is actually a very good point. My WolfQuest username is Frodo1 because that is what I am known as on the forums. And I just kept it for the game because back then most people knew me through the forums. So my WolfQuest username is actually Frodo1. And if you want to contact me, it's best to contact me through that. So that is actually a very good question. Yeah. Yeah, there do tend to be moose by Bison Peak Cutoff. I think there are moose spawn regions near here. There must be because there's a lot of the time there's moose here. So let's see. You can't play Meadow or WolfQuest. WolfQuest just doesn't work. You have the older versions. Yeah, the multiplayer version in 2.5 has been disabled because of the new version. It got really hard because there was a lot of problems with people who were trolling and coming on and causing trouble, and it was very hard to enforce. So the new system in WolfQuest 2.7 is set up to be a lot easier to enforce. He's really strong too. Milky is very strong, but it's a lot of a better system. But because it was so difficult to enforce things in the old WolfQuest, they ended up just entirely shutting multiplayer down once the new version came out. Yeah, it's the WolfQuest app, people are saying it's not as good as the computer version. That's just going to be the case because phones are usually lower powered and mobile devices are usually lower powered. Like it's harder to dedicate something to gaming. So like I have a gaming PC and I special built it, but it's a freaking massive desktop. It's huge and there's no way I could really port it around anywhere. It weighs a ton. I can barely lift it on my own, and it's hard to get that amount of power into something so small as a tablet or a phone. So that's why the phone games usually are much lower powered, and tablet games are they're not usually as good because, at least graphically and such, not because the systems just aren't as strong when you go mobile. So let's see. would I consider playing the game Warriors Untold Tales? I actually have played it, just not on YouTube. The reason I really don't necessarily want to play Untold Tales on YouTube is because there's a lot of fandom stuff that goes into it, and I really want to try and keep a lot of content fandom neutral, because I don't want somebody to feel turned off from a series just because they don't happen to like Warriors. Personally, I've read the first Warrior Cats book. I liked it. Haven't actually had the chance to read the others because high school ate my life, and now college is eating my life, and YouTube is taking up a lot of my time. But I do want to try and just keep things fandom neutral, just so nobody would feel turned off because of certain fandom. Now, I will, however, hopefully be playing Cat Tales, which is by the creators of Warrior Cats, The Untold Tales, and which it actually has, and I'm going to have Milky stop so that we can get this out closer to the den, but it's by the creators of Untold Tales, and it has, it's going to be greatly expanded, and it's going to be basically just a stray cat thing. So at the same time, it's going to be a similar concept, but it won't have a lot of the Warrior Cats lore, and we'll be more free to make our own lore, and then that will eliminate the possibility of having people who might not like Warrior Cats or whatever for whatever reason. It'll make it a lot more open for anybody versus people who are or aren't. I don't want to start fandom wars, basically. What do you do with the keys in Slime Rancher? Flappy asks. So the keys in Slime Rancher are used to open certain doors that can get you different places. So like there are different places you can unlock. I don't really want to spoil it, but the keys you get in Slime Rancher can be used to unlock certain doors. It looks like a circular stone thing, and when you get close, it'll say E to use key or something like that. I was a beta tester for WolfQuest, and let's see. Oh yeah, I was beta tester when you went. Okay, so Simon says, "Oh yeah, you're a beta tester," and when you went to the shop that you had asked myself why it was named that. Now I know. Yeah, so there's actually, fun fact, there is actually a shop in Lost River called Frodo's Forgotten Treasures, and that is actually a reference to me in my username. I actually made that sign too. That was my graphic design skills back in 2015, I think it was. But that is actually my beta tester shop because all the beta testers have some sort of reference to them in Lost River. That's why a lot of the shops have those unique little names. Well, a lot of them are named after the beta testers. But because I'm on the WolfQuest beta team, and I actually joined the team right about, I joined during the 2.7 testing. I'm one of the newer beta testers. But I actually do have a shop named after me because of that. So if you go in Lost River, there is a shop called Frodo's Forgotten Treasures, and that is a reference to my username. Okay, the game seems very laggy. That could be the stream. It doesn't seem to be lagging for me in my stream, but sometimes depending on your internet connection or even my internet connection, even though I usually have decent internet, it will lag. Sometimes YouTube lags, so sometimes the streams do lag. That is the trouble with recording in real time. You guys are usually about 30 seconds behind me, because it just takes a while for that data to come in real time. Normally what I'll do is I will record a video and send all that data before the video even goes up. And it takes between 20 minutes to, usually WolfQuest takes about an hour for one 20-minute episode to go up. So WolfQuest is very intense video-wise, and so you can imagine that streaming it all in real time, it takes a little while for that data to all go through. So, sorry about that if it does get a little laggy. Unfortunately, the live can be like that. So, we've actually taken out this whole herd, and we're gonna run off so the bull elk doesn't, so the bull elk will despawn and we can get a new herd. Now, wolves don't usually hunt this much at one time. They usually hunt at a per-need basis. But because this is WolfQuest, the game tends to be a little bit easier if you hunt ahead of time and not as you go. So, yes, if the stream is lagging, it could be YouTube, it could be your internet, it could be a lot of things. Unfortunately, streams just do that sometimes. It is one downside to the live system. So, do we still see the bull elk? Yep, he's back there. So, is there a way to become a beta tester? There's not really a formula for becoming a beta tester, and I don't know how many details I can really give about it. If you're active on the forums, I think most, if not all, of the beta testers are from the forums. I was active on the forums and submitted some bug reports and stuff, and that's basically, I mean, if you do those things, you have a higher likelihood than if you're never on the forums, you never submit bug reports. The Bollock is still there, great. So if you're active and you're submitting bug reports, you have a higher likelihood, but I don't necessarily know what the team looks for in beta testers. I'm sure maturity probably plays into it, so like if you're responsible and helping out and such, I'm sure that would probably play a part of it, but there's not really a set of you need to do this to become a beta tester. It's kind of just, it's also on a per need basis, so if they don't need testers, they're not going to look for more testers. So it kind of just depends. I think part of it was me being in the right place at the right time, having been on the community for a long time. I don't know. It could be any number of different things. And I don't see the bull elk anymore, so I think we may be able to get a new herd if we enter the hunting ground, which we're in the hunting ground. Do I see ravens? I don't see ravens. Let's see. Oh, there's ravens over here. Okay. So it's kind of just experienced players, people they know. It really just depends. There's another herd. Let's see. There is actually, oh, that was what I was going to say. There is actually a beta open on Steam right now, though, and you can find info about that. I put it in the most recent episodes with Flair, and you can find it on the news on the Steam thing for WolfQuest. Now, the open beta for that is because they're looking for a lot of feedback on some new camera control stuff. We are actually not playing in the beta right now because I want to make sure it's stable before we play in it for recording. Not that there's not going to be any random game-killing bugs that will come out, but once that is stable, we will definitely be moving to that version because it does provide some fixes to things like that nasty predator cam bug we've been having for a while that can be so terrifying sometimes. Yes, do remember to keep language clean. Okay, so Buffy says, Jay, I see you got a picture for your channel. Did Siamese do that for you? Actually, this one was made by Songheart. I know I've had several people offer to do art for the channel, and Song was the first person who actually sent me a piece, and we did we did kind of discuss it a little bit. But as for channel art, so the thing is, if a bunch of you guys start sending me channel art, I can't promise that I will be able to use all of it. I would do my best, but the main thing you can do is if you do some art for the series, whether or not it's for a profile picture, is definitely send in fan art. If you want to draw any of the wolves, if you want to draw the niche creatures, if you want to draw any of them, send it to me. I would love to see it. And I'm hoping if I start getting art sent in, that I will be able to actually start featuring some of it in the show, in the actual episodes, like beforehand. So I know some YouTubers will do that, and I really want us to be able to do that if we do have any fan art sent in. There is also a Google Plus community where you can feature your fan art. And so even if it's not necessarily a profile picture, if you have art or you want to do art, feel free by all means. If you want to do fan fiction, feel free. We've had some people post fan fictions up on the Google Plus community. So if you have fan fiction, you can put it in the comments. You have fan art, you can put it in the comments, or you can put it on the Google Plus community, or you can email it to me. You can find my email in the About section. So if you have any fan works, by all means send them to me, whether they're for profile or not. I think we have enough elk right here. Let's see. If you don't have Steam, unfortunately, I think the beta is just on Steam. But if you do have WolfQuest outside of that, I'm pretty sure you can get a Steam key for it. Like, I bought WolfQuest before it went on Steam, so I did not have a Steam key, and I just contacted them and said, hey, I didn't actually get a Steam key, and they sent me a Steam key. So if you've bought WolfQuest, they do let you get a Steam key. Please remember to mind the language, be kind of careful, make sure it stays PG. For fan art, yeah, you can send it in to in the comments or in the community or to my email. If you have fan art, you can get it to me any of those ways. Let's see. Oh, I'm sure you can draw. even if you don't feel like it's very good, you can still send it in. You never know. It just might get featured. It probably will. It probably will because I don't have a lot of fan art at the moment. How do you send it to me? It comments or the Google Plus or to my email, which you can find in the About section. Alrighty. let's see. And then, of course, you can always send in writings as well. If you have any fan works, I would love to see them. It's always really cool to be able to engage with you guys in that way and to see how much you guys enjoy this. It's really, really cool, the fan art and fan fiction that I have gotten. It's been very neat to see. So let's see. Let's see. Oop, I'm actually going to call Milky off because I want to chase this one a little bit this way because we have quite a few by the den. I love his howl. His howl is just adorable. But let's chase it this way. And I'm going to kind of put it right at the edge of the river so that we can have it over here when we go to cross the river. Let's see. Sorry, I feel like my voice is going out just a little bit. No, it's okay. As long as I can find the fan art, it will, it'll be fine. I don't know if how I'll do the fan art, if I'll put it in one video or if I'll compile a bunch of it into fan art feature videos every so often. I may ask either you to post it or if you can't post it in the community, I might post it myself with your permission in the Google Plus community because that's really want to collect everything. But by the same token, if you can't post it there or you post it somewhere else, I will definitely still look at it and I'll definitely talk to you about getting it there. The only thing I do ask is that if you're going to be sharing fan art on the community or fan fiction on the community, I do ask that you keep it PG or under. So no excessive blood or gore, no mature themes, no language. Just keep it whatever we would see on the channel. So like, you know, the amount of whatever you might see from eating from an elk carcass or whatever, I mean, that's probably okay, but don't make it excessively gory. If it's really gory or whatever, or if it's mature or if it has language in it, I probably won't feature it, but I might still put it, or I might still put it in the gallery with warnings or something. So let's see. Yeah, I could potentially put it at the end of videos. I've considered doing that. Yeah, I haven't seen, I don't know if I've seen too many of those. I'm actually going to call Milky off. No, Milky, Milky, Milky. Oh, dang it. Oh, well, I was growling instead of howling. That's my problem. See you later. So, yeah. If you put it in the wrong spot, don't worry too much. And as long as it's PG, I will, if I start doing features and videos, I will put it in the videos and, probably on the community as well. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and get another elk. We're just trying to make sure we have enough food for the journey to the summer hunting grounds, because we don't want our puppies dying on the way for sure. Alright, oop, it's gonna run this way. And then do we have enough? I think we have enough on the way. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with fan art of killing an elk, but if you're like, if you're ripping its limbs off and throwing them across the room or something, then that's probably going to be a no. If you just have wolves chasing down and biting an elk, that's one thing. But if it's super, super gory or violent, I'll probably say, oh, this is nice, but I probably can't feature it on the channel because we have kids. We have kids here, and I don't really want to be showing that much violence or whatever. Yeah, everything is kind of blue because it's snowing. Yeah, if there's a little bit, if there's like a minute amount or like a scratch that's in red or whatever, it really depends. As long as it's not like excessively gory or anything or made to be violent. So like if there's a wolf with a scratch on its muzzle or something, I'm probably not going to say, oh, we can't use this because the wolf is a teeny little bit. Oh gosh, no, 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 Milky, 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 get out of the river. This is not where we kill an elk. The elk carcasses actually will disappear if you kill them in the water. Milky, come here. But yeah, it'll probably be fine as long as the wolf isn't like covered in blood or whatever. If it's just like a very minute amount made to show there is an injury or whatever, it's probably okay-ish. Oh gosh, yeah. I actually used to use Fire Alpaca. Fire Alpaca was my program of choice for a long time until I got Photoshop, and I do ultimately prefer Photoshop, but Fire Alpaca is certainly a good alternative. And I am pretty sure, I am pretty sure Song uses Fire Alpaca for her stuff. Actually, yeah, no swear words, don't make it too gory, and don't have any mature themes. So, like, I'm okay with ship art. If it's not canon, I might not post it. But, or I might put some sort of warning just to say it's not canon or whatever. But, don't, again, be careful with the romance. Don't make it too intense or anything. if it's like them nuzzling or licking each other or something, that's one thing, but you know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. So, yeah, we do definitely have a lot of younger viewers on here. I'm pretty sure many, if not most, of the viewers on here are under the age of 13 even. I know we have several 10-year-olds. I know there are people even younger than that. And it's basically just not something I would want to... There are certain things, you know, you wouldn't want to show to a little kid. And if you are that age, if you are 13 or under, 10 or under, 7 or under, welcome to the channel. We definitely want to make this a safe and welcoming environment for you. So... But yeah, we appreciate all our viewers, but we also do want to respect them. And respect that, not everyone's okay with this. So, depending on what exactly, yeah. Oh, yeah. Flappy says his gym coach used to tell him, don't say anything you wouldn't put in your mouth. Oh my goodness, that is a wonderful rule of thumb. That is a wonderful rule of thumb. I guess screaming comes out of your mouth. But anyway, yeah, I think there are some older viewers as well, but there are quite a few younger viewers. I do know that. I know there are quite a few younger viewers, so we just want to make sure we're respectful of all audiences. So, depending on how it happens, if we do have art that has like a lot of violence or whatever or such not, I would probably make a separate category and just say this is for possibly a little bit of an older audience. But even then, that would mostly be just for stuff that has like a little bit too much blood. I still don't want to see language, and I still don't want to see mature themes coming out. If you do have language or mature themes, I am most likely not going to feature it at all. There's probably I want to say like a 1% chance if it was just like some very, very, very small bad word or something. If it's a little bit violent, then that might be just tagged as something. But again, it would definitely be set apart, so we wouldn't have little kids just randomly finding it. Yeah, so the thing is, so with saying your age on the internet, Milky, please don't kill this elk in the water. Please don't kill this elk in the water. Milky, no. Milky, no. Can we howl? We can't howl because we're in the water. I gotta get out of the water. Gotta get out of the water. Get out of the bank. And then howl. Okay, Milky, I need you to stop and howl. So, yeah, as for saying or not saying your age, be careful with what details you give on the internet. Personally, and this is just what I've found, I'm okay with saying my age on the internet, but you do want to be very careful because anyone can see it. Now, the chat here does go away eventually. It does go away after the live stream, but you do want to be kind of careful of what people can and can't see on the internet, because unfortunately there are creepy people on the internet, and there are people who would want to do bad things. Now, hopefully they're not the majority of the internet population, but they still do exist. So you want to be kind of careful with what information you share on the internet. So yeah, if you're supposed to be doing your homework, I would recommend you go ahead and do your homework and get that done before you watch the stream. We do enjoy having you here, but we don't want you to fail your school. So school in real life definitely does come before YouTube. Even that has to be the case even for me sometimes, because you know I'm a college student. I have my own homework, and I have to sometimes sit down and do homework before my videos, much as that can suck. So it's very important to make sure your schoolwork gets done. YouTube is fun and all, and you will hopefully at least learn some biology stuff, but your schoolwork is going to impact the rest of your life, so please do keep that in mind. Let's see. Yeah, there are internet trolls, and there are just generally creepy people on the internet. You just want to be really careful with what people could potentially see. That's the thing, yeah. So, age, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people who are your age on the internet. Probably, unless you're really, really little or something. So it's kind of hard to find somebody based off their age, but you should never give out your real name on the internet, and you should never really give out where you live. So, if you live in like a big city or something, it's a little bit less of a problem, but if you live in a smaller town, it's probably not a good idea. So that even I haven't told you guys exactly where I live. That's saying something. Yeah, I realized you don't have to chase the elk through the water. I realized that afterwards. I'm so used to doing it, but the Stranger Wolf territory actually hasn't expanded yet, so we can actually run right through here. I just did not think of that beforehand. We'll go ahead and go around this way first. Yeah, Flappy said can't watch Jay when you're grounded. That is also true. I don't want you guys to get in trouble or to do poorly in school because you wanted to watch my videos instead of doing your homework. I'm definitely an advocate for doing well in school, even though I do understand that, yeah, sometimes school sucks. But nevertheless, even if it can be kind of sucky, it is also important. Oh, Milky, don't. Milky, don't. Milky, don't. Go this way, please. Elk, we need you to feed our babies. Yeah, well, the thing is, we did hunt quite a bit by the den. I kind of lost track. I got into answering comments and talking as we hunted quite a bit more by the den than we needed to. But the elk over here is actually really important because we're going to have to bring our puppies this way when we go to the summer hunting grounds. So we do want to have quite a bit of food over here so that we can feed them without them starving to death on the way to the summer hunting grounds. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, never ever ever give out your address on the internet, you guys. That is not, it's not safe, and you could get into real trouble if you give out your address. So be very careful and never agree to meet up with someone you meet on the internet. It just is not safe. Don't agree to meet up with them in real life because it's not at all a safe thing to do. I mean, if you're watching and you can still focus on your homework, I guess that's okay. But just make sure you're not so distracted with watching that you can't actually do your homework well. You want to be able to do well and get a good grade in school. And you don't want to have to... the last thing I want you guys to have to do is to say to your teachers, I didn't get a good grade on this assignment because I was watching YouTube. That's the last thing I want to happen is for you guys to do poorly in school because you wanted to watch my videos instead. So, I always advocate for making sure you can get your homework done and not waiting until the last minute because, you guys, I did that through school. I was that kid. I was the kid who never got work done until the very last minute and then was super duper stressed about it and did poorly on stuff, and it wasn't good. It's so much better to get it done ahead of time and not wait until the last minute. Yeah, so a lot of you guys are still at the age where homework does not consume your life. Where the heck is the elk herd? I saw the ravens. Oh, they're over here. Oh, they already spawned, that's why. But yeah, a lot, you guys are still at the age where, homework does not take that long, but it does get harder as you get older, unfortunately. It's interesting because I actually am finding college easier than high school. Now, that is, also in part due to the fact that I'm not a full-time college student. I'm just taking certain specific classes at my community college. But nevertheless, I found I've had less workload for my college classes than I ever had for my high school classes. I really don't know. But yeah, enjoy this lower amount of homework while it lasts, but also don't despair. High school will end eventually. Someday you will not have to be in high school anymore. You may have to get a job at that point, but hopefully the job you get will be able to be fun, and if you do well in school, then you have a much better chance of being able to actually get a job that you like. So don't get so into watching YouTube videos that you start to do poorly in school and then end up with a sucky job that you're going to be stuck with for a long time because you did poorly in school because you were watching YouTube. Look to the future. Don't just think about the here and now. Let's see. Alrighty. Somebody said if I was to start a YouTube channel, should I start with a wolf game or cat game? That's purely personal preference. It really depends on what you like and the audience you're going for. So originally I was actually going to target my channel more towards Minecraft people, but it slowly kind of it kind of hit me that I actually really like these wildlife games. I like these animal simulators, and so while we still do still play Minecraft from time to time, these games are a lot more of what I like to do, and because there's something that I like to do, it can appeal to a different audience. And even though I do like playing Minecraft, it's a little bit different. I didn't really fit in the classic category of Minecraft YouTubers. I was much more along the lines of, I was the person who would rather make a wolf army than go fight withers in the nether. It was always a little bit, I'm not your classic Minecraft YouTuber, so this genre fits a lot better for me, I think, and it's something I love to do. And if you're passionate about what you do, it makes it a lot more fun, and it's gonna make it a lot better for other people. So like if I was trying to do Minecraft and I was trying to do a bunch of redstone stuff, so I'm pretty sucky at redstone, then I really feel that this channel would not have grown in the way that it has, because I wouldn't be able to be passionate about doing redstone the way I'm passionate about playing WolfQuest. It just is not really my thing. It's just not what I'm into. I do like it. It can be fun from time to time, but if it was all I ever did, I would get really tired of it, and when I'm tired of something, you guys tend to get tired of it pretty quickly. So it's a matter about finding what you like and then finding the audience of people who are similar to share it with. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to go through. Just a reminder, definition of spamming is mostly posting the same thing over and over again, or starting flame wars, or, but it's mostly saying the same thing over again or trying to start fights. Yeah, I like redstone to an extent. I'm just really not good at it, and I don't have the patience to keep at it for long periods of time. I have to work on it in spurts. So, if I tried to do a channel just about redstone, I would lose my mind. I really would. I'm not even kidding. Let's see. So, Minecraft is filled with 10-year-olds. Not that bad, but it's harder to find more mature people. Yeah, it depends. A lot of the mainstream servers have younger people who like trolling people. And if you are younger, we're not trying to offend you. It's just that, a lot of the time people your age don't show a lot of maturity. And, hopefully you can be one of the few that does and rise above the crowd and, make a difference. Because it just takes one person, and if one person doesn't go along with it and it's just like, guys, really, that's not funny, knock it off, that can actually make a pretty big difference. Because a lot of the time people just go with the crowd, and things just go downhill because everybody's just like, oh, haha, let's do this thing, and it maybe is not a good thing, but because nobody stands up, it just goes on and on and on. So, let's see. Let me see. Spamming, again, like I said, I really don't define posting frequently as spamming. I define posting the same thing over and over as spamming, or starting fights as spamming. So, let's see. Yeah, again, I can do some redstone. I can do enough to get by, but I'm not that good at it, and that raven was just spinning in circles. Oh my goodness. Let's see. So, yeah, exactly. If the content creator isn't enjoying it, the audience won't, because it's just going to be flat and dry and boring. Let's see. Can someone tell me what my profile picture looks like, because it keeps changing on me? You right now have a wolf. And that's probably because YouTube has a delay in, and we're going to kill another elk right here. It does have a delay in putting up the picture sometimes. So if you've been trying to change it quite a bit, it could be just changing between and not updating at 100%. Let's see. Yeah, being called a noob is not fun, and calling people noobs is not nice. it's okay to acknowledge someone is new at something, but don't mock them for it, because if you mock them for it, how will they ever learn to get better? Instead, it's a lot better to be able to come alongside them and help them and say, hey, maybe you're new here, can I help you with this? Can I show you how to do this? And if they don't want to help, that's fine. If they want to learn on their own, that's fine too. So, sometimes it's better to learn on your own, but calling people a noob isn't gonna help. It's just gonna make things worse, and it's really not that nice. Let's see. Hopefully that doesn't go in stranger wolf territory. Do we have another elk we could chase down? I don't think we do. I think we'll be okay. Hopefully we'll be okay. We have a little bit of a stretch to get to the carcasses over there, but I think we'll be alright. Let's see. What are my plans for Slime Rancher? And we're going to go ahead just real fast. We're going to head back to the den and start marking territory. And get your puppy names ready. Don't post them yet, but we are going to be having puppies pretty soon here. So, let's see. And yeah, so Floppy says noob is just newbie, literally just new with a B at the end. Yes, it is, but a lot of people use it in a very derogatory way, and that's what I'm referring to. So, but back to what are my plans for Slime Rancher? I really just want to play through the game with you guys, and I'm starting it out as a Saturday series because I have a lot of midweek series, but I'll be keeping an eye on it and seeing how the, I watch my analytics carefully to try and see what you guys seem to like and not like as much. And depending on how well Slime Rancher is doing in comparison to my other series, it might shift around. But for now, it's just going to be a Saturday series. But I really just want to start playing through the game with you guys. We will have puppies pretty soon. I've never played Transform Ice, but, yeah, again, the term noob has gotten a lot of negative connotations with it, especially recently. I don't know how it started out, but lately it's come to a lot of the time be associated with basically saying someone is stupid, and that's what I really object to. Being new is one thing, but calling them stupid isn't going to help. So, let's see. 3 to 5 names for puppies, that is correct. Veronica is right. So 3 to 5 names for puppies, 1 to 2 for mates. Yeah, see, it's so much better to help each other out than to just go and basically call the other person stupid and refuse to help them. It's a lot nicer when you can work together. And that's definitely, I see a lot of that in the community. You guys help me. You give me lots of tips. And then if I don't know something, a lot of times you guys will go and look it up. And here's a bull elk, apparently. But you guys will go look it up and be like, Jay, badger cubs are called this, or different things. And you guys will go research it on your own and help me out when I don't know something. And that's the sort of thing I really like to see, is people respectfully helping each other out when somebody doesn't know, and just kind of saying, hey, this is what this is. And let's see. So we have, okay, we're going to have puppies. And we have 1 male and 3 females. Yeah, try and keep the names in one comment if you can, so that it's not a bunch of names per person. It's a lot better to post them all at once. If you don't, it's not a huge deal. But if you can, put them together in all at once. And oh, let's take a look at what these guys look like too. So where are they? We're going to play on Arduous. Oh my! Okay, the male is very golden in color. And the females are all much browner. Oh my goodness, okay. Yeah, Hypixel is a very fun server for Minecraft, but people can be really rude on there sometimes, I've found. So, yeah, the video does go blurry sometimes in the stream. I'm sorry about that. Again, it's just the idea of uploading and trying to upload at the same time. So, let's see. Okay, oh my goodness, yeah, welcome to the stream, and I've got to get my names going. Let's go ahead and do this. Names everywhere. Okay, hold on. So I'm going to open this up. Oh my goodness, okay. So remember, 3 to 5 names per person. And let's see, alrighty. Oh my gosh. The slushy thing is gonna be a meme. I can feel it. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Alrighty, let's see. Some of these names are repeats of names we've had in this series or others, so keep in mind that I will not be using repeat names at this point. Maybe generations distant, but for now we're still too close to a lot of the characters that have already had those names. Let's see. Alrighty. Yeah, that's the trouble. Somebody's tried transform ice isn't the best for kids. No restriction for chat, so a lot of swears. That can be a problem with a lot of... That's also why I don't record on Minecraft servers, by the way. A lot of it is that a lot of the time the chat isn't controlled very well. There are very few servers. I have run into a few, but where the chat is controlled well enough that I would feel comfortable recording on them. I can't talk and type. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see. Oh goodness, I gotta pause this now. Alrighty, let's see. Alrighty. Alright, let's see. Oh dear. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog or not, but I can hear the neighbor dog outside freaking out over something, and my dog is freaking out now. I don't know if you can hear her or not, but I figured I should explain that. Oh gosh. Let's see. Alrighty. Alright, we're getting here, okay. Alright, let's see. I do not use past names that haven't been used. I use those in my main series. Alrighty. Okay, here we are. Alright. Okay, I'm trying to keep up with this. Alright, let's see. I said the generator earlier at one point. It's from miniwebtool.com, and it's a random name picker. Keep in mind, if we've used names in other series, we probably won't use them here. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you could hear my dogs or not. Sierra's the one that has the ooh, 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 ooh. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm still looking for more names, but they seem to have kind of slowed down a little bit, so I'll probably be randomizing pretty soon. Alright, remember 3 to 5 names. Alright, and I'm not seeing too many new names. I'm going to go ahead and randomize it pretty soon here, but I'm going to give it a few last seconds to see if new names are going to come in. And we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm not seeing any new names, so we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, let's see. So this is the male name. So our male will be named Corian. Okay, so let's see. Gonna go pack stats, and our male is Corian, and then our females are Storm. All right, sorry, it takes me a little bit to do the randomization. And we have a Cotton Cloud, which does not actually fit, so I'm going to have to, I'm going to just make it one word. Sorry about that. It doesn't actually fit. And let's see. Yeah, I see a couple Feral Pride fans in the comments. Yeah, I have actually seen Feral Pride. It's pretty good. And then we have Snowflake for the last female. It is pretty good. I do watch the series. I do enjoy it quite a bit. So here we go. So we have Corian, Snowflake, Storm, and Cotton Cloud. And Cotton Cloud is already wandering. What the what? No, what? No. 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 Oh my goodness. Yeah, Feral Pride usually releases episodes about, every 2 to 3 months. So I looked last night, and it has been about 2 months since their most recent episode. So they'll probably have another one out within a month or two, although I think they did say there might be some delays. But yeah, kudos to them for being able to keep up with the animation so well, because that is tough. Animation is tough. I'm actually an animator myself. If you guys didn't know that, that's actually what I want to do as an occupation. I want to produce my own 2D animations, and I actually do have one. Yep, we actually just got food for them, and I actually do have one in the works with potentially with some real life friends of mine. And I'm going to go ahead and let's howl with these guys. But yeah, I do have an animation in the works that will hopefully be releasing later this year. But that is what I would love to do as an occupation. And Cotton Cloud, no. Animation takes a long time. I believe there's only one person who makes Feral Pride. And if you think about how long it takes to draw one picture, imagine doing that over and over and over again and having as many as 12 to 24 frames in a second. That's why it takes so long. That is why it takes so long. Oh, nice. You guys are randomizing along with me. Aw. But yeah, that is why it takes so long for one episode of Feral Pride to come out. They're animating about 15 minutes, and you can imagine if you have 12 to 24 frames, I don't know what the frame rate they use, but if you have 12 to 24 frames per second, and you're making a 15-minute animation, that's going to take you a long time. So that is why, oh, and Storm and Snowflake are playing, oh. But yeah, that's why it takes so long. And you guys, I'm going to ask you to forgive me now, because I'm just sure it's going to happen. I'm probably going to slip and call Corian Koran sometime. It's probably going to happen. Yes, that is Raiden's Quest. Some of you have heard me talk about this. Yeah, it's called Raiden's Quest, and it should be debuting later this year, if all goes well. But could be some delays, possibly, just also because I'm running the script through people at my college class at the moment. So let's see. Yeah, I remember you suggesting Cotton Cloud for a long time, and finally it paid off. Let's see. Okay, so we've taught the pups to stay near the den. Now we have to keep watch, because things are going to come out of the woodwork. Predators are going to come out of the woodwork. And it's going to be bad. Hopefully we don't lose anyone. Now, Cassidy has the ability to rescue a puppy that is attacked by a cougar. And we're going to chase this coyote. Okay, we already were on run. And we're going to no, coyote, no. We are going to chase down this coyote. And I do want to stop over here, and we'll keep our territory up, because Cassidy knows all about the bad relations with the druid pack because of Kaya. That was what I was trying to say. Got him a little bit mixed up there. Cassidy and Kaya look a lot alike, by the way. Kaya is Cassidy's little sister. But the relations with the druid pack, which is the pack right over next to us, but down past Bison Peak Cutoff, relations with them are not good. And a lot of that is story. Normally wolf packs don't get along, but don't have so much of a feud. But for the sake of the story, we are kind of personifying a little bit and saying that there is actually a big feud going on with the druid pack. Ow! Please don't tell me we're going to have to use our power right away, because Cassidy can rescue puppies that died to a cougar. And there's one standing right up here. And we're going to have to chase it, aren't we? It's gonna take off running. Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna bolt for it. Oh dear me. It's gonna bolt for it. Are we gonna be able to chase it down though is the question. It's gonna try and go in stranger wolf territory, I feel like. Oh gosh. And they stop so suddenly. They wait until you get right up to them and then they stop and just whirl around and try and whack you. This is probably how you're supposed to do it, only a lot of the wolves aren't fast enough or have enough stamina to catch up to cougars. So, oh gosh, okay. We're getting there. Okay, it's gonna run again. This is actually not all that bad. You just have to get them to bolt and run, then it's easier. If they get too close to your puppies, then it's a lot harder. Oh, can we get it? Can we get that last bite in? Yes, we can! There we go. That actually was not that bad. Cassidy, you really are good with cougars. Okay, let's see. Oh, so, I see you animate. Yeah, if you make a series, by all means, show me. I would love to check it out. I'm always looking for animated series to check out on YouTube because not only are they really fun to watch, but I'm always looking for ways to improve my own craft, and a good way to do that is by watching and learning from other people. So if you are making an animated series on YouTube, let me know. I would love to see it. I would love to come take a look at that. And, yeah, so, yeah, the cougar's run is kind of hysterical, honestly. It honestly kind of is. It's just like bounce, bounce, bounce. Cotton Cloud, don't wander that far away from the den, please. Everybody else is wandering off too. Yay. Corian, please. Corian, please. Okay, everybody's staying pretty close to the den. Yeah, an ocelot simulator would be cool. I don't know that much about ocelots, but they are very, very cool from what I do know. Let's see. So I'm gonna run away from the den to try and get something to spawn because a lot of the time that's when it happens. And oh cool, so there are several of you guys who are into animation. That's really cool. I don't actually know a lot of people who are that into animation. A couple of people I know Song is, and then Bella is as well. But yeah, okay, have I ever gotten a fox from the wolves? So, like, have we ever had foxes spawning in WolfQuest? We have had foxes spawn a few times, but I've never actually chased one down and killed one, mostly because I don't have the patience, but also because they're just too stinking cute. I really like the foxes in this, and it feels horrible to think of killing them when they don't even come after your puppies. The most they do is they just eat a little bit of your carcasses. I see no predator. We're gonna come back. And unless there's something like exactly behind the tree, which there's not, we're gonna feed these guys again. Oh, no, I didn't want to pick up Cotton Cloud. I wanted to feed Cotton Cloud. And then we'll go mark territory again. Let's see. Oh, there's something. And it's running, and we're actually gonna feed Storm because it's just a coyote. Just a coyote, I say, and then it's gonna dart in and kill one of the puppies. Just watch. Yeah, we may follow Corian. We might be able to follow him. It depends. We will often follow the first generation child of a non-heir side story. So that Cassidy is not the heir to our main series, but we could potentially follow one of her puppies. So we might follow Corian. He actually, I believe, has the same coat as Nizion. One of Apollo's puppies from a previous litter. So we may end up following Corian, if provided he survives, of course. That's not a given with any of these games. Anything can happen, and sometimes it happens very, very quickly and with very little warning. So we're just gonna keep this territory well marked. Well, you know, the first time you do animation is usually not the greatest, but it really is one of those things where practice does make you a lot better. I'm not going to say it makes you perfect, because I don't know if there is such a thing as perfect in animation, especially since everybody's styles are so different. But practice does help you get better, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, is something coming after our puppies yet? See, this is the point when you actually want stuff to come after your puppies, because when stuff comes after your puppies, it gets you through the mission. How long am I gonna stay on live stream? Until the litter is done, so however long that takes. Oh, is Cotton Cloud actually named after someone on here? I wonder if I actually know who you are talking about, because I do know someone who has Cotton Cloud in their username. But yeah, that is really cool. We're actually gonna run off one of these ways, or somewhere over here, and try and eat some of this further away elk. We'll have to see. Sometimes stuff does happen pretty fast and dramatic, but sometimes we do manage to make it through litter with all 4 puppies surviving. It really just depends. The last couple of times we did not, though. We're actually going to howl here as well, so that our pack affinity bar can go back up. Oh, cool! Yeah, I've never actually participated in a map because I have major issues sticking with one project for any length of time. That's a lot of the reason, first of all, why I like this, because it doesn't take a huge amount to record this sort of stuff, and it's easier to stick with it, but that's another reason I'm doing Ryden's Quest as well, is that I want to learn to be able to stick with stuff. There is an elk. There's just an elk. Literally just an elk. Oh no, I hope your tablet doesn't die. That's not good. We're gonna go ahead and feed these guys again, give them a little bit more food. I don't like feeding them a huge amount until they're actually ready to grow, though, because it looks like Milky is gonna feed Storm, but it makes it a lot more difficult. It can make it a lot more difficult, it can't, I'm losing my train of thought, I'm sorry. It can make it more challenging, because then you have to go and get even more food to feed them. It's a lot easier if you can just feed them all at once. Have I ever heard the phrase head over heels? Yes. Yeah, that's really funny. It's so dumb because everyone is head over heels. Your head is over your heels. Yep, that's true. I did not think of it that way. But that is a very valid point. Excuse me for a sec, I gotta get something to drink. We're just gonna watch the den from a distance. Okay, there's just an elk in the trees. Just watching our puppies. I don't know whether that should make me feel better or terrify me. I really don't. How did I get my username JayPlays? That is an excellent question. Also, yeah, I do hope all 4 pups make it too. But that is an excellent question. So, the main name that I go by on the internet, I'm going to back away from the den, by the way, because I think that makes predators spawn more frequently. The main name I go by on the internet is actually JZX535, and that is the username that my quote main YouTube channel has. It's really not main because I didn't expect this to take off as much as it did. JayPlays was going to be a side sort of channel where I did my gaming stuff because I felt like it needed to be organized, but this is actually the channel that everybody knows, and I have hardly put anything on my JZX535 channel, mostly just a bunch of random small animation stuff. But so basically that JayPlays is based off my JZX535 username, but it's meant to signify that this is my gaming channel. And that's really the story behind it. The story behind JZX535 is that I actually named it after my favorite character in a TV show, which is also another reason that everybody thinks that I'm a guy. Because Jay is traditionally a male name, but it does happen to be the name of my favorite character in that show. So I named it after him, and everybody was confused for the longest time until I had to explain it. Yeah, it's caused quite a bit of confusion, but I have, I use it almost everywhere on the internet, so I'm very known by that username, and so when it came to making a YouTube, it just made sense to do that, and then to adapt it to JayPlays for the gaming channel, because, I mean, JZX535 plays games, short version of that is just JayPlays. I did not make my YouTube picture, actually. Songheart, one of our other moderators, made it for me. She's not here right now, but she's usually here on the stream. She just couldn't make it today. And let's see. Yeah, you should probably make sure you get your homework in. Oh my goodness! Well, if you're making fan art, I cannot wait to see it. I'm super excited about that. I really love seeing the fan works you guys come up with. We've had a few of them already, and they've all been really cool. And so, even if you're not the most proud of it, too, I've found a lot of the time I'm not proud of my art, but other people seem to like it. So, a lot of the time, you're gonna be your own biggest critic. There's Coyote up there. There's Coyote up here. We're gonna chase it because I feel like it's gonna come after our puppies. It's just eating all of our food up first. Oh yeah, it's gonna run towards our den too. Okay, no, it's not. Oh my goodness, so Siamese song says you change it too often and play with it, and then thought a Lady in the Tramp and the Siamese cat sang in it and put it and then didn't change it. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious because I actually used to have a complete and total obsession with that song. I used to love Lady in the Tramp, and I love the Siamese cats, and that was actually a surprisingly large part of my childhood at one point. So that's so funny. I didn't know that was a reference to that. But yeah, that is really, really cool. Let's see. Well, I think a lot of people on YouTube realize I was a girl because of my voice, but on a lot of the text sites where it's just you write and you don't actually speak, people couldn't hear my voice, and so a lot of them just assumed I was a guy. It's a lot easier to tell here. Will I ever play... Will I ever play Life? Okay, I have played Life, but not on the channel. Probably won't play it on the channel because, number one, it was really, really laggy for me, and number two, it's a browser game. And browser games are just hard to record for a multitude of reasons. So, yeah. That's basically, I may play it at some point, but for now it's difficult for me to record browser games. The lightning is everywhere again. Our wolves seem to have trouble with getting hit by lightning, or almost getting hit by lightning, that is. Alrighty, let's see. That is just a bird. That noise always scares me because I feel like something's coming, like a moose or something. Oh my goodness. That's awesome, Veronica. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my old username and the username I still use on WolfQuest is Frodo1 because I was really obsessed with Lord of the Rings when I made it, and I still do like it, but I actually named my main wolf after Frodo, the main character in Lord of the Rings, and so everybody just started calling me Frodo. So for WolfQuest, even though JZX535 is my main username at this point, I still kept it to Frodo1 on the forums and then in-game because that was just what people on that particular site knew me as. And I figured there's no sense in changing it now. So let's see. Let's get these guys fed. I feel like we're predator glitched. I'm pretty sure we're predator glitched, so I'm going to back away from the den and go right here. And away from where it says, okay, they're safe. And I'm actually going to save it and reload it because I feel like we're predator glitched. So we're actually going to save as Cassidy. Oops, my caps lock is apparently on. Cassidy, Slough Creek, let's play 1. And we'll save it as that, and then we'll reload it. So basically the predator glitch is where predators do not spawn in properly, and it makes it impossible to complete this particular mission. So we now need to make sure, or now we'll come back, and unfortunately it did get rid of the rain. I like the rain, but hopefully predators should spawn correctly now. So let's see. If you've never seen Lord of the Rings, I really, really like it. It's really good, but it is kind of, the movies are kind of violent, I will warn you. It's not like unnecessarily so, but just the story itself is a little bit violent, so I wouldn't recommend it for younger kids, especially since it can be kind of scary as well. There's some very creepy parts, but it's a very, oh gosh, there's a bear. There's a bear! Do you guys even realize how much bears drive me crazy now? But yeah, it's really good if you're okay with a little bit of creepiness and stuff. Okay, somebody pointed out Cassidy's name wrong. Cassidy's name is actually spelled without the extra S because even in her profile, because the game didn't like that. For some reason, it didn't like it, and so we all know it's spelled with 2 S's, but the game didn't want to admit it. So for now, Cassidy's name is spelled with 1 S. Oh gosh. Okay, here we go. I'll see you later. All right, let's see. Would I rather get a very nice necklace every year or have your dream cat but only have it for 3 years? Oh, I'd take the cat any day. I'm not really into the whole bling thing. I would much rather have a cat even if I had to give it up. I would much rather have a kitty. Alrighty, let's see. Yeah, it's very cool. It just is a little bit, it can be a little bit scary and it can be a little bit violent sometimes. So, do keep that in mind if you want to watch it. But other than that, the story is amazing. And it's a classic. And the movies actually did a pretty decent job. I mean, they couldn't keep everything in because the books are, it's basically a trilogy of books and they're huge. So the movies couldn't keep everything. But as far as movies based off books go, it actually wasn't half bad. There's a fox! Aww. Okay, okay, let's see, yeah, yeah, Flaffy, the game thought it was something else, as best as I can figure it. Alrighty. Oh, yeah, okay, I remember your old username, Black Wolf, yeah, it would be really sad to give the cat away, but I honestly, like, I don't care that much about necklaces. I would rather have at least some amount of time with a cat, even if I had to give it away or it wouldn't live much more than 3 years or anything. I would still rather have some time with a cat because cats, I love them. I'm really just a big animal person all around, but yeah, I have 2 kitties and they're very dear to my heart. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I hope this bear isn't Smokey, because Smokey Bear is a very smart bear, but we have had quite a few bear issues in this series lately. Carl the cougar. People used to call the bear Bob too. I'm not entirely sure why, but that was like a big thing on the forums for a long time, is the bear was Bob. And there's actually a reference to that in Lost River, too. If you guys have not seen it, there is a reference to Bob the Bear in Lost River. And actually, okay, Fox, I love you, you're adorable, but you're eating all my food. I need you to go. You need to leave. You need to go. Go find food elsewhere. Go find food elsewhere. Yeah, and then there was a name for the coyote at one point, but it never really stuck as much as Bob the Bear did. And speaking of coyotes, we have one on the hill. Oh gosh. Sorry, my voice is going out just a little bit. Alright, let's see. It's gonna run this way, so I'm actually gonna circle around. And it's up here. Okay, we're gonna see where it runs and then chase it down. Then we've got to feed the puppies. Will I play Ultimate Fox Simulator? I would like to. The trouble with that is it is an app. And to be able to play apps, I have to get an emulator. Now, I can do that. I just haven't been able to really sit down and look into that just yet. So, some point in the future, maybe. But, not at the time. Not at the moment. Let's see. Okay. Oh, congrats on finishing your homework. It's always good to get that done and out of the way. And let's feed Cotton Cloud. And, yeah, I think Smokey is a black bear. Did you guys know Smokey the bear was actually a real bear cub? Oh dear me. Oh dear me. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Snowflake? Snowflake? Snowflake. Okay. That was kind of crazy. Smokey the bear was actually a real bear, though. So after a fire happened, they found, or some, I think it was park rangers found an orphan bear cub in the, basically the ruins of the fire. And they took him in and nursed him back to health. And he became basically like an animal ambassador. I think they kept him in a zoo, but they called him Smokey. And so that sort of turned into this, the whole idea of trying to stop wildfires, because Smokey, the actual Smokey, almost died in one. So that was really how the whole Smokey the Bear thing got started. That's at least what I've heard. It's been a long time since I heard the story, so, I'll see you later. So yeah, but there actually was a real Smokey the Bear at one point. And Milky is over here. Is that Fox still eating our stuff? I hope not. I think it left. I think it left. Alrighty. Oh dear, buffering is not good. Again, sometimes the internet just is kind of annoying about things. It really just depends on your internet. It depends on how YouTube is feeling. It depends on a lot of things. Oh, speaking of bears. Speaking of bears, there's a bear. Oh, well, I'm sorry your tablet died, but I'm glad you're back. Okay, bear. Bear. We're gonna go deal with this bear. I really don't like these guys now. Like, I mean, real bears are cool, but these guys in the game, I have a beef with them. I have several major beefs with these guys now, in the game at least. Oh, good. Okay, so now we basically just have to feed these guys pretty much almost until they're bursting, because they need to grow so they can come on the journey with us. Yeah, it was, Storm was kind of hiding back in the den, and Snowflake was behind Milky at this point. But yeah, we have all four still. Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna make sure we get all these guys fed. Storm, don't. I'm gonna be really sad if any of them die, honestly. I am really attached to all of them. Okay, Corian. Alrighty. What kind of computer do I have? That's an excellent question. I have a custom-built gaming PC. Oh, no! Oh, my. Yes. Hi. How about no? How about no? How about... Don't do this to me. Do not you dare do this to me. Do not you dare do that. Milky? Milky, I need your help. I need your help. Milky. Milky. Milky, don't leave me with this bear. Milky, come back. Milky. Milky, you know these bears give me anxiety. Come help me, please. Come help me, please, Milky. Oh gosh, Milky. Storm? Storm? Storm, no. Storm, no. Storm? Milky? Milky! Milky! Milky, help me! Oh gosh. I want it to turn its back. Okay, wait. I missed it! Are you serious? I missed it. I missed it. I didn't get a bite in. There we go. Can we get it? Yes, we got it. Okay. Okay. There's another bear. We're gonna go chase this other bear because I don't like these punks around my den. There we go. Is it actually running on the first try? Yes, it's running. Okay. What version of Windows? So yeah, I was talking about the computer. So I have Windows 8 on this. Yeah, I know that Windows 8 has gotten a lot of hate, but I honestly like it better than Windows 10. Mostly because my mom has Windows 10, and I have never seen a computer with so many, or my mom's computer has Windows 10. My mom has Windows 10 on her computer, and I've never seen a computer with so many problems. But, okay, what are Cassidy's stats? So, Cassidy's stats, okay, just a sec. So, Cassidy's stats are 15, 60, 75. So 15 strength, 60 stamina, 75 speed. So, do I know how to rename on Fire Alpaca? No, I actually don't. I'm sorry. Let the bear take a pup. No. I'm sorry, but they've already taken too many of my pups. We're gonna have stranger wolves. Holy cow, no. We gotta get this territory up. But yeah. We've lost too many to bears. I can't let that happen again. Oh gosh. But as for what computer I have, it's a custom-built gaming PC. It has a 6-core i7 processor and 32 RAM, and I have a solid state for the system and my games, and then, other than that, I have 2 normal hard drives with 12 terabytes of storage space. Because video files are freaking massive. So, yeah. That is, yeah, that's, that's my computer for you. Yeah, Cassidy is pretty fast. She's actually not our fastest wolf. In fact, one of our air wolves, our potential air wolves, I mean, one of the ones in the air pole, that's what I'm saying. You guys know I'm talking, you guys know what I'm talking about. One of our potential air wolves has, actually 90% speed. And, I believe 40 strength, 20 stamina. I'm not positive, though. There's a coyote. That's what was attacking. I knew there couldn't be nothing attacking them. Yeah, if you make a fan fiction, I want to see it. I definitely want to see it. Yeah, Black Wolf, I do remember your old username. I remember seeing you around. Yeah, the scent marking animation is just like, yep, this is what they do. But that is how animals communicate a lot of the time, is through scent, and urine is a big scent marker thing. Milky's just spinning in circles. That's fine. He's a little confused right now. So let's see if we go pack stats. So Storm is the lightest, and everybody else needs more food. So I'm actually going to feed Storm. Storm is kind of the wandering puppy, I'm pretty sure. And Corian, I'm going to feed you to stop you from running away, because you look like you wanted food. And then I'm going to go get myself some more food for them. Yeah, Nova has 90 speed. Yeah. Yep. That's pretty accurate. LPS pizza rolls. That's pretty accurate, honestly. Honestly. Oh, Milky, we love you, but that was a horrible time to go get food. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. So, what LPS Pizza Rolls wrote, I'll tell you, I'll do a quick territory excursion. So, she wrote a brief little fan fiction. I assumed you're a she, but it occurred to me you might not be, so hopefully I'm getting that right. But LPS Pizza Rolls wrote, Snowflake was scared of the two bears. She went close to her three siblings. She didn't know why her mother wasn't biting the bear, and why wasn't her dad helping her. Oh gosh, that's pretty much accurate to what happened. Mental image of Cassidy just standing there screaming, Milky! Milky, I need backup! And Milky's just like, just wait, I'm getting food, I'm getting food. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I'll say it again, I said it earlier, if you guys haven't voted in the air poll, make sure you go do that. Yeah, we've talked a little bit about Nova and Andromeda. They are two of the wolves that are up for voting, but there are several others as well. All of Kaya's surviving puppies, and there's another bear, great, are up for voting in the air poll, and whoever is voted to be the whoever's voted to the top by the time tomorrow rolls around will be the wolf that we will follow for the next season of our main WolfQuest series. Okay, I'm glad to hear that, LPS. I was a little bit afraid that I was going to get it wrong, and I know that can be annoying. Believe me, I of all people know how annoying it can be to have someone mix up your gender online. Oh gosh, okay, bear almost hit us in the face. Okay, alrighty. Okay. Yep, alright, let's see. And we'll go ahead and feed everybody again. Who still needs food, by the way? Pack stats. So Corian should be fine. Everybody else needs more food, though. Alrighty. Yeah, Nova is pretty popular, it seems, is amongst the wolves. Nova and Andromeda have the most votes right now, and then, the others are a little bit behind. Oh dear, that's not good. When your phone's about to die, that is not a good thing. Yeah. That's never fun when your mobile device dies. Let's see. Who do I think would be the better heir? Oh my gosh. Don't ask me that. Oh my gosh. Well, I think both of them would be good heirs for different reasons. There's a reason I leave the voting up to you guys, though, because I love them all so much. I really couldn't pick. I think they both have very different... We'll be playing... Depending on who we play, we'd be playing them both differently. Nova would probably have a much more offensive play style, where he's actively seeking out predators and actively seeking out adventure and combat, whereas Andromeda would be a little bit more reserved and more of a defensive play style. So, yeah. How do I hide my cursor? I do that through my, the game recorder I use, OBS. That lets me hide my cursor. I just prefer to have it hidden because I feel like it'd be distracted otherwise. Also, the game naturally does it a little bit, depending. It usually does it depending on your settings. Oh, dearie me, that coyote triggered from very far away. Okay, I think we can get it. Okay, here we go. It's running. So, but the game, I think, has some settings that can hide your cursor, I'm pretty sure. So we should almost be done, too. I'll pop into the settings because I have to show you guys the pack stats as well to check on the puppies. I'm not going to say who I prefer. I'm not going to say who I prefer, Veronica. I actually really will. To be quite fair, though, I am very attached to both of them, and I don't want to pick a favorite, but out of all the puppies, I think I'm most curious to see how their stories unfold just because of what happened in the final moments of their puphood. I think out of all the puppies, I'm most curious to see I'm most curious to see their stories, I think. So let's see. But the other thing is I don't really want to sway you guys' opinion because I want this to be up to you. So I really have to withhold my, my judgment until afterwards because, I don't want to sway you guys into voting for a different puppy. But I am really curious to see their stories, and I feel comfortable saying that now because they are in the lead at the moment. Now, it could still change, but at this rate, they're at least going to get side stories, so I feel okay about saying it. So it looks like they're all at 15, which just means somebody's a little bit too light, just ever so slightly. And then we were going to look at the game settings as well. So, I think if you enable mouse steering, that will show your cursor. I'm not positive, but I think there is a way of showing versus hiding the cursor. Because WolfQuest naturally hides my cursor, except when I'm on the menu screen. Coyote? No. Coyote? No. Coyote? No. Coyotes? Coyotes! Both coyotes! Okay. And lightning. Coyotes and lightning. That's fine. This is fine. This is fine. Let's see. So, there's fire, there's coyote, under fire. This is fine. Alright, coyote's running this way. And then we're gonna go feed these guys the last little bit. So, let's see. Alrighty, okay, yeah, I have friended some of you guys in WolfQuest, and I have also added some of you to the pack. If you send me a friend request at Frodo1 and preferably also message letting me know you're from the YouTube channel, I'll add you to the JayPlays pack so that I can group message you all when I want to do a community event. Oh gosh, yeah, plugging chargers into the wall without looking is very difficult, to be quite fair. To be quite honest, it is difficult. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and feed these guys, and we should be almost ready to leave on the journey. Aw, Milky's gonna feed Corian. Alrighty. And this should do it. This should do it. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, so we actually have these guys pretty well fed, so we're just going to head out straight away. Oh, no, not already. So we're going to save over this. Now, Cassidy has the ability to protect your puppies from cougars. So, but that is not a cougar. A cougar. They're combining. They're combining. The predators are combining. We have cougars now. But, that's not a cougar that just showed up. So only if it's a cougar can she rescue a puppy from otherwise what would be death. Okay. We're gonna kill the coyote. We're gonna kill the coyote. Trying not to think about how terrifying cougars would be. Okay, so we have all of our... No, don't drop puppy. You drop puppy. Don't drop storm. It's storming right now. Don't drop storm. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, cool. If you're making fan art, I definitely want to see it. Make sure you show it to me when you're done, because I would love to see it. I'm always really excited to see the things you guys come up with. Okay, so Milky's going to bring Storm. And let's see. Cougars. I'm just like, seriously, I just like imagined, what if you guys all just like stormed the forums and stuff and were just like, we want cougars. Don't actually do it, but that was the mental image that I got. As just like a storm of people, but that was a hummingbird. A storm of people just being like, give us cougars. Oh dear. But can you even imagine? Oh gosh, that's lightning. Can you even imagine how terrifying that would be? It's a cougar and an eagle all at once. Oh my goodness. Oh cool. Yeah, like I said, I would do map parts, but I'd just be so worried I wouldn't finish them. Also, I can't draw backgrounds to save my life, which is why we actually have a background artist for writing this quest now. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, you guys are all going to be sending me pictures of cougars now. Yeah, there were 2 coyotes and there was lightning and it was really dramatic, but everybody's okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, Milky's going to bring a snowflake. I'm not going to feed him just yet because I really want to get up to these carcasses. Oh gosh. There's gonna be like a whole cougar meme now. There's gonna be a whole cougar meme. Oh my goodness. There's just gonna be, oh gosh. Oh dear. See, almost every... Oh, that was just birds. I thought it was more lightning. Almost every stream, it feels like, ends up with some sort of running meme. Oh no! Oh no! Every stream, it feels like, ends up with a running joke for that stream. Okay, let's chase this eagle. Cassidy has no issues with eagles, so that's a good thing. And Milky is feeding the puppies. Oh, what a good dad. Oh gosh. But yeah, there's like a running joke for every stream, it feels like, and this is just gonna be the cougar stream. Oh dear. Yep, it's gonna be the cougar stream. Everybody is fed now. Look at that. Milky fed all of the puppies. That is awesome. Milky, you're a really good dad. You are. Okay. Oh, 5 seconds long isn't too bad. That's, depending on what frame rate, that still could be a lot, but it's not too terribly long. If it's unlimited time, that's good too. Yeah, last time was riddles. Oh gosh, all the riddles in the world. Oh dear. Alright, I'm gonna actually eat up this carcass, finish off the last little bit. There it goes, it's sinking into the ground. And then we'll head this way. And there is going to be a longer stretch coming up here, so I want to make sure I get my food bar full as well as all the puppies' foods. Aw, Milky's bringing his cotton cloud. A flying cougar. Yeah, can you even imagine? That'd be like a griffin. Oh, I didn't want to pick up cotton cloud. I wanted to eat. That'd be like a griffin, but scarier. Oh, gosh. Alrighty, let's see. So I'm going to feed cotton cloud. I'm going to feed Corian. I'm going to feed Storm, and I'm going to feed Snowflake. Yeah, you wouldn't. It would just be the flying death cat. Literally, it would just be the flying death from above. Okay, Cotton Cloud, don't wander off. Cotton Cloud, don't wander off. Why are you walking straight? You're literally just walking away. Milky, will you help? Okay, thank you. He went and kind of hurted her back. It's okay. Riddles are fun. It's just hard to focus on them at the same time. Okay, you guys, keep up. It's just hard to focus on them at the same time as playing a game. Yeah, you'd have to have flying wolves to escape the cougar. Okay, it's coming right here. Okay, it's going to run this way. And this actually brings us perfectly to the second part of Cassidy's challenge, which is that we have to bring our puppies past the druid pack. No. Okay, we gotta get everybody back. Everybody together. I saw the eagle flying into the distance. I think it's gone. I actually am gonna scroll out because it's a lot easier when you can see further. Yes, I have heard of Siri, Pixel Biologist. I actually do watch her videos. I really like her videos. Don't agree with her on everything, but for the most part, I do really enjoy her work. Yeah, funny story. Didn't you want the cougars to jump out of trees, Jay? Veronica says. So, way back when, it was like, oh gosh, like 2010, 2012 something. So several years ago, WolfQuest actually ran a design contest. And this design contest was responsible for day and night and the ability to rest being implemented into the game. So the design contest was basically where everybody submitted a bunch of different ideas, and the winning ideas in each category would be implemented into the game. Well, I entered that contest with the idea for cougars, and I actually was one of the finalists, but I didn't win. Cougars were just added later on, and it's kind of, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but they're actually very similar to how I thought they would be. But I went back and I reread the old entry that I had, and the cougars I had were actually scarier than the ones that are in the game right now, because they would hide in trees, and so you might find random carcasses laying under trees, and if you weren't careful, you'd go to eat the carcass, and a cougar would leap out of the tree and attack you. And cougars also were supposed to, they were supposed to target and attack adult wolves and not just, because, like, you know, bears don't normally come after you, and the cougars now don't come after you. The cougars I wanted added in did. Like, they would come after you and target your wolf and not just your puppies. So I basically had nightmare cougars as a suggestion, and I'm kind of thankful they didn't win, because the cougars we have now are a lot less scarier than what I suggested they would be. But yeah, so I originally suggested cougars a long time ago, and now I'm terrified of the not even as scary as they would have been if my suggestion was implemented cougars that we have. Yeah, Thimbleweed and Applestar are pretty cool. That's from the series Untold Tales series, if you'll pardon me. series. And I do indeed watch it. I do like her series. I like how she has a lot of story element to it. We're already full. She adds a lot of story, and I do like that, but sometimes her stories do get a little bit, like, I prefer the sort of realism we have here. And she sometimes does go to a little bit more of an unrealistic place, which is totally fine, but for ours, I definitely do like the idea of keeping it a little more realistic. But yeah, I definitely do. She's very good at what she does. I don't always agree with her, but I definitely do enjoy her videos. I heard that the bird can snatch the pups out of your mouth. Is this true? I hope not. I don't know. It used to be possible. If you tried to chase an eagle and you had a puppy in your mouth, the eagle would snatch the puppy away from you. Is it possible now? I don't actually know. I've never been in that situation, and I really don't want to find out. Oh, well, I hope my voice doesn't annoy you guys. I hope I don't get annoying. I can make it annoying. No, I'm sorry, I won't. That was bad. I have not seen her most recent videos. I will have to go watch them today. I'm caught up with her videos from yesterday, but I usually do my recording before I watch anybody else's videos. So I have not seen series videos for today's yet, but I heard she was going to do her some of her Warrior Cat stuff. I actually did just start watching Jessie Mew as well. I really do. I think both she and Siri are very good at what they do. And, you know, maybe don't always agree with them, but I do definitely think they make pretty good quality videos. And I definitely do like their content as a whole. 4 frames is an accomplishment, though, because each frame is like drawing a whole still image, and then basically animating is drawing a picture over and over again, but changing it slightly in between. So, to put this in comparison, so, you know, a lot of the time we have a walk cycle or whatever. We'll talk about walk cycles. That's basically the time it takes for an animal or a person or whatever you're animating. Why did you bring Corian all the way over there? Please don't. Milky, that was not helpful. I love you, but that was not helpful. So the idea of a walk cycle is basically the length of time it takes for one foot to go a whole movement. So from down to a full step and then down again. So a full circle, and it's made to be able to loop. So like every time these wolves walk, they use a 3D walk cycle. And for that though, like it's applicable to 3D and it's applicable to 2D animation. And I hear... Is that the wolves right there? Because we actually have to bring our puppies over to the wolves. Oh, he's feeding Storm. Oh dear. Okay, I want to pick up Storm. All right, let's come down this way. Why are you walking back up? No, don't walk back up. Storm, Storm, Storm. I actually want to move you back a little bit because I don't really trust my own. I don't trust myself by this water. This water is scary to me. But yeah, so basically the idea, Milky, stop. Milky, stop. Okay, can we actually cross here? No, we can't. We actually have to go down a little ways. Maybe that's what Milky's trying to tell us. Milky also just abandoned Snowflake out in the field. I'm gonna move these guys a little bit this way. Okay. Was that my movement? I don't know if that was my movement or not. But yeah, so to make one walk cycle, the walk cycles will make from the time the foot goes, for the time the foot, it takes 1 foot to make whole movement. I usually animate each walk cycle in 8 frames. So that's 8 individual pictures for one walk cycle, just for one step, basically, for one full step. It's very time consuming. So even just a little bit, even just a little bit of animation can be, even just a short amount, can be quite laborious. Alrighty, here we are. Yeah. So let's see. There is a carcass over there, but it's almost gone. Great. I'm going to feed Snowflake. I'm going to feed all of them, and we're going to bring them all the way across. In fact, though, okay, I want to see, can we run across from right here, though? Okay, we have all 4 puppies. Yes, we can. Okay. Okay, there's Milky. Milky brought Storm away, so I'm actually going to grab Snowflake, and then we're going to run straight across. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Snowflake. Snowflake. Milky, can you help me with the other puppies, please? I hope he's going to help us with the other puppies. Alright, so I think he's going to get Storm. It looks like he's going to get Storm. I'm going to feed Cotton Cloud and bring her across. Sorry if I'm having a little bit of trouble keeping up with all your comments. It's really, really hard for me to focus when I'm bringing puppies across, because that's a very dangerous time. Yeah, a WolfQuest animated series would be interesting. It's technically probably you could do it in WolfQuest, like use the wolves to record a video. But, it would be a lot of work. Okay, so Corian. Okay, oh gosh, Corian, be careful. There we go. Alrighty. Milky has brought Storm all the way across. He literally brought her all the way across. Okay, so I guess the carcass is not actually almost done. It's just right here in the bank. So, you know what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to run all the way over to Storm. And I'm going to stand by Storm, and I'm going to let Milky cross, because Milky seems to be a lot better at this than I am. Alright, so we'll grab Storm and bring her over here. Corian does kind of look like Lucan. Have I ever tried animating something for somebody? I have, and that didn't go too well. A lot of my animations are personal animations because it can be hard to stick with something for so long. Apparently Milky can swim with puppies and be fine. But yeah. So, yeah, it would, it's kind of interesting. It's just harder for me, I've found. Okay, so I'll feed Corian. So somebody said to kind of ship Snowflake with Atlas. Atlas is one of our links. It's kind of interesting. Ship probably wouldn't be, possible realistically, but it would be kind of interesting if they did meet, how they would interact. It could be kind of interesting, at least a friendship, although normally that wouldn't happen between species like that, but it would be kind of interesting if they would form some sort of a bond if they met. So, yeah, there's a little bit of grass in the water, I think. Yeah. If any of you guys want to try animations off of our WolfQuest series, by all means, go ahead. I would love to see it. Cotton Cloud, you're almost dead. Oh my goodness. You need food right now. But yeah, if any of you guys want to go ahead and attempt that, by all means, I would love to see it. But best of luck to you, because it's going to be a lot of work. All right. Okay, please don't kill Snowflake. You're kind of scaring me because Cotton Cloud almost died just there. Okay. I hear her. Oh, there's the wolves. We have to bring our puppies over there next, actually. Oh, please don't. Oh, gosh. Okay, she's okay. Oh, gosh, Milky. Milky, your crossings are a little bit unorthodox. He's gonna feed her, though. So we actually have to bring these guys over to the stranger wolves now. Okay, we gotta go back over here. It kind of glitched a little bit. We have to bring these guys over to the stranger wolves because, first of all, though, we're gonna get more food. But yeah, it would be kind of cute to see them together and just see what's going on. Have I ever considered streaming or playing with some of my fans? Yes, I have. We did a community event once back when the channel was still a lot smaller and we didn't really have too many people. We had one other person. Actually, that was a community. Actually, I think Veronica was the only one there. It's very hard to coordinate recording, and in terms of streaming, I might do that with Meadow. But I wouldn't probably want to do it with WolfQuest because it would be too hard to coordinate, so like being careful with language in the chat or whatever. I wouldn't necessarily want to stream it because if something came up I couldn't exactly filter it. So we now have to bring these guys over here, right up to the edge of the Druid Pack territory. Okay, so this is as close as we can get, but we have to stand here with our puppies. So Milky has brought us Storm, and the others are right here. So we have to stand our ground here, and we're going to growl back at them. we're going to growl back at these guys. And we have to challenge the stranger wolves and say, no, we are taking this territory. This is not your home. It is our home. So now we can go ahead and continue on our journey to the summer hunting grounds. There's coyote in the grass. Predator cam glitch. So this is apparently fixed in the newest beta, but I'm waiting for it to become stable before we would go ahead and deal with it. Yeah, you guys are writing some fan fictions in here about Snowflake and being kind of worried about what exactly her dad is trying to accomplish when he accidentally like dropped her in the, or not dropped her in the river, but when he brought her through the really deep part of the river and she was kind of getting dunked under a little bit, but yeah. Yeah. So, oh dear. Okay, we have an eagle on the way. We gotta see where the shadow is. Shadow's over there. It's flying away. Okay, so Cotton Cloud, keep up. Everybody seems to be full. So we're gonna keep moving. So, oh yeah, it's so cool to see you guys writing these little fan fictions in the chat. Unfortunately, these comments won't stick around, so it'll be hard to keep all of the little the little fan fictions you guys are writing. But if you guys post them in the comments, I will definitely read them and hang on to them, because the comments will stick around. Yeah, Veronica did kill a fox in that stream. That's actually how I got the achievement for killing a fox without actually doing it, so that I never have to actually kill a fox. But yeah, if you guys make fan fictions in the comments, that would totally be awesome, and I would love to read them. I am so sorry, you guys. My voice is going out. Can I try to play any games that don't require paying or downloading in our multiplayer? So the issue with downloading, I don't know if I can do any games that don't require downloading in multiplayer. Because browser games are really hard to record. I might play some of the games, I might play some browser games sometimes, but as far as scheduling it, it'll probably be kind of hard to do. The Kugel. Oh gosh. It's not gonna ever end. Why are you guys suddenly walking? They all just suddenly ran away from something. I don't know what. Yeah, that's... I just would not have the... I don't know. I wouldn't have the wherewithal to be able to stick with the map part. That's really why I don't do them. So, if you can get yours done, kudos to you. Oh my goodness. Some people do the most amazing map parts too, honestly. And, to anyone who even completes a map part, I am in awe, because, seriously, you guys, that, you have no idea how much that takes. And I'm gonna actually zoom out again so we can see a little bit more of the surrounding area. Yeah, the eagle is a little bit scary. So is this coyote-infested field. This coyote-infested field really scares me, too. Milky is bringing us Corian. Oh, cool. Yeah, if you want to help with setting up browser games, that could be, that could work. It's a lot of it, though, is having, they're just difficult to record. Is it flying away? It's flying away. Okay. It's flying away sideways. Do I like apple pie? I haven't eaten a lot of apple pie because I'm gluten-free, and it's very hard to find gluten-free, it's very hard to find gluten-free pie. Now, I know a lot of people think gluten-freeness is a fad, but I actually do have a legitimate wheat allergy, so I really can't. It's not just like it's healthier for me, it's literally I shouldn't have it at all because it does bad things to my body. So I haven't had that much apple pie, but we do make a really nice apple crisp, which is sort of like apple pie, but it's more all mixed together, and it's not crust on the outside, pie in the center. It's more just apple and apple and pie crust together. But my family does know how to make a really nice apple crisp, and I really like that. So yeah, I probably would like apple pie if I could find a good gluten-free one. Okay. It's not as bad as it used to be. When I first started my gluten-free diet, it was awful. There was like nothing. And, it was back when it was still a very new thing. Now there's a lot more gluten-free options. People are figuring out, Storm just flopped. People are figuring out how to make things that are gluten-free and actually taste good, though, so it's not nearly as awful as you would think it is. How about the allergy? So I don't actually react physically. Like, I had no idea I had an allergy, but they found out it was doing damage to me internally. So I'm not supposed to have it. And technically, I'm allowed to have a little bit every now and then. Oh, and there is a fox in the background. Oh. But, so, like, I'm not going to die if I eat it, but I shouldn't eat it long term because it will cause damage. Okay, so if you finished a fan art, you can post it in the, you can post it in the comments, or I wouldn't put it in here because I'll lose it when the chat goes down. You can post it in a video comments, you can put it on the channel comments, you can email it to me, which you can find my email on the About page, or you can put it on the Google Plus community if you have the link to that. The link to that should be on the About page too, by the way. I'm pretty sure. Where did we just, what? Oh, it's over here. I thought we passed the carcass or something. I was like, what? We just got a little off course. Yeah, gluten-free foods aren't as terrible as most people think they are. They used to be pretty bad, but they've gotten a lot better in recent years. There's some, it's to the point where I honestly almost prefer gluten-free foods to normal to foods with wheat at some points now. Some of that is definitely because I've just lost my taste for gluten. But, oh my, oh no, oh. My heart cannot take it. Cotton Cloud, don't do that. Don't do that, Cotton Cloud. Don't do that. But there definitely are a lot more good gluten-free options nowadays than there used to be. Alright, I'm gonna feed Snowflake. Cotton Cloud, seriously. Seriously, hun. Seriously, I love you. That's why I need you to not wander. I seriously need you to not wander. Did we get everyone fed? I'm just gonna dart back and grab a little bit of food. Oh gosh. There's actually quite a few gluten-free foods that are yummy though. There honestly are. It's not as bland and tasteless. It doesn't taste like flavored cardboard anymore. They make gluten-free donuts, believe it or not. They make gluten-free donuts. They make all sorts of things that are gluten-free and actually pretty good. Yeah. That was a very scary episode with the river. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, that was a very, very scary, moment with the river. Yeah, yeah, Bella has some, gluten allergies as well, and allergies to other things. And there are alternatives, it just takes some finding, but, like, I'm actually very fond, like, I've actually stolen quite a few recipes from her because I like the food that that her family makes. And she's on an even stricter diet than me. Oh gosh, yeah. I thought we lost Cotton Cloud for half a second there. I really don't know why that eagle flew off. I thought it was gonna grab her, but apparently it spooked somehow. But oh gosh, she walked straight towards it and it scared me. Yeah, I tend to sunburn easily. I'm a little bit pale, so, I get sunburned easily if I'm out in the sun too long. I just kind of avoid that. Also because I'm normally not out in the sun that much because summers where I am are really, really hot. Really hot. It's not the most fun thing in the world to be out there. Yeah, there are gluten-free games. Yeah, it's funny because literally every time I go to Bella's house, her mom makes this chicken because I really like this chicken. It's really amazing. And so literally every time I go over there, they have this chicken. It's really funny. Okay. No, you get out of here. You are not taking my puppies. Okay. Milky has Snowflake again. Yeah. Indeed. So I'm not gonna feed them. Okay, Milky's leaving. I'm not gonna feed them just yet because I want to save the food in case we have like a really dire emergency. But we will feed them soon if there are problems. I just hear rain. I keep thinking it's footsteps. But it's not. It's just rain. Yeah, English is a difficult language. Also, like, why the heck is stuff not spelled the way it sounds? I don't even understand that. In most languages, it's really intuitive how you spell things. In English, it's just like, nah, we gotta throw all these hard grammar rules at you. And all these hard spelling rules. I would love to go to London. I've never actually been to England or London or anything like that. I would love to, though. It seems like a really, really cool, really pretty place. Certainly not the scorching desert that I'm used to. Snowflake, don't wander. Seriously, don't wander. Yeah, there is a company called Gluten Free Games too. I think it might just be a lone developer though. I'm not actually sure. But yeah, there is a game studio called Gluten Free Games, and we are almost here, you guys. We are so close. I can actually see the rendezvous site, but that does not mean we are out of the woods. Unfortunately, we have learned that all too well in previous episodes. So yeah, grammar freaks can be a little bit annoying. I'm a grammar freak with myself, but I try to tone it down for other people. It generally is a good idea to use proper grammar if you know proper grammar, because it makes you seem more professional. But, you know, as long as you can at least be understood, it's not a huge issue. But yeah, for myself, because I'm a writer, I get very grammar freakish, and I'm just like, that's not how it works. That's not what grammar does. But in terms of other people, I don't hold everybody to the same standard I hold myself. Yeah, last time was very, very, very traumatic. Eagle, seriously, Eagle, go away. Go away. Go away, Eagle, seriously. Eagle, seriously. I don't see the shadow, you guys. Okay, I saw it flying away in the very distance. Okay, we're good. We're good. The eagle's gone. Oh, dear. Yeah, knees. Knees, no, or whatever. I don't even know. Oh gosh. What coat color? It's the only gray one with green eyes. There's only one gray one with green eyes, and that's actually why we got the blonde puppy. That's unique to that coat. Yeah, there might be a cougar. It should be on the about page. It should have a contact. I think it says something like for business inquiries. It's just, though, it's jzx535@gmail.com. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Yeah, we have to be careful. We have to watch for cougars. It looks like Milky has Cotton Cloud, Corian, and Snowflake are just vanished into the bushes. Snowflake, don't wander. Come back this way. Come back this way. Everybody come this way. Where is... Okay, here's the rendezvous site. It's up here. Speaking of, English also just steals word from other language, like rendezvous. I'm pretty sure that's French. Yet it is also an English word now. We literally just steal words from other languages and are like, oh, LOL, I like this. We'll keep it. Oh gosh. That's basically English for you. Well, we're close, and so far no cougars, so maybe that's a good sign. That may be a good sign. We will have to see. Also, you guys, if you can't find my email, you can always just post in the comments, and I will I will still see it. Okay, so we are here. Well, cougars is it's just I don't even know what it is. Here we are, and so far so good. Come on, Cotton Cloud. Oh, yay! Oh, they made it. Oh, you guys, they made it. They made it. Oh, I am so relieved. So we had a couple of close. Milky! Milky! How can you howl with your daughter in your mouth? Oh, did you guys see that he had Cotton Cloud in his mouth? Oh my goodness. But yeah, I don't even know if cougars are just cougars or if they're eagles or what they even are, honestly. But oh my goodness. So that was an amazingly happy ending compared to what we usually see in the series. So thank you all for coming. This may very well be our longest stream yet. But yeah. So thank you guys all for coming. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and we will see you guys tomorrow. This will actually probably be our last side story from Katari and Terrell's litter. We'll be moving into Kaya's heir and Kaya's children's side stories next time. So I will see you guys in the next episode. And let me give you guys my email again real fast. But yeah. Apparently, we do have a date word for the day before yesterday and the day after tomorrow. Air yesterday and over tomorrow. That actually makes a surprising amount of sense. So, but yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys next time. So I will see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully in the next stream. We'll hopefully stream again on Thursday. But hopefully, depending on how I'm feeling, my voice has been a little bit shaky lately. I've been doing quite a bit of recording, and it has taken a bit out of me. So, but I will see you guys next time, and until then, this is Jay, over and out.